Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in for another day of AEL High School Cup here with Term 3 Marvel Rivals. It's Mattse and TwoTapTony bringing you all the action here. And it's going to be fun times ahead, Tony. AEL High School is bringing all the best action here. But, Tony, all the best comes from another place too. It's from our sponsors.
Yeah, absolutely. Our lovely sponsors, AGON by AOC, I believe, Matt.
That's it. The number one gaming monitor brand in the world, AGON by AOC, provide best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. And a big shout-out to HyperX and Officeworks there. Power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. When you need speed, control, and zero distractions, Officeworks has got the tech. Discover gaming gear made to handle serious play. And a big shout out to
Indomie, the noodle partner made with high quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie mee goreng will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au. Again, Matt, our sponsors couldn't be possible without them.
That's it. Big shout out to each and every one of our sponsors there. We appreciate them. Much love all round. Make sure you check out all of their amazing products. And speaking of amazing products, Tony, we've got an amazing product here today. It's Marvel Rivals.
Yeah. We're back.
We're so back.
Feels like it's been a while. A few days here or there.
Few days, a few moons. I think it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out, because since last weekend, now we have a whole new season. Season 4 on deck. The new hero, Angela, going to be online there, and very interested to see how teams handle Angela, how they approach that character, because obviously it's a hit or miss, I feel. It's really going to be quite reliant upon teamwork above all else there. So very interested to see if they'll bring that into the mix today, or if it will be something else entirely coming online, as, we're going to be preparing for battle. But teams. The first two teams are going to be the Trinity Titans taking on SCSC again.
It should be interesting. I was gonna say, best of 5 now. Normally we play best of 3s, but best of 5s here should be exciting, to say the least. More time to adapt for some of these teams, or I guess if you're feeling hot, more times to roll on through.
Yeah, that's right. More times to roll on through. And speaking of rolling on through, we do have Emma Frost rolling on through in the band scale. Psylocke going to be locked out as well. So decent beginning there, Tony. And who will be our first set of protects? Jeff the Landshark. Going to be protected through there. So looks like we've got a team with good taste. But Magic. Magic. Going to be protected as well. That doesn't surprise me, considering the new team up there, playing into that Scarlet and Strange team up. You can get the chains out onto opposing heroes now. It's kind of crazy, right, to think about the amount of crowd control that's been added into this new season.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and as well, we've seen Silky Closure play that Magic throughout the tournament, so it should be interesting to see how that one fares. Group being taken away. Black Panther's still a high prio ban for some of these teams here in the high school, so gonna be taking away that one. Of course, Psylocke as well, earlier banned from the likes of the Trinity Titans. They don't want to have to deal with I guess that dive pressure that those two characters kind of bring into play here.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to try and adapt around it, try and see what they can maneuver through. But there you go, definitely priority over that Strange team up there. They're banning out Moon Knight. Doesn't surprise me, considering I think the Moon Knight has a bit more strength into this patch as well. I think players are starting to realize the potential of the Moon Knight, considering how quickly you can farm up your ultimate charge there. It's just pretty powerful, honestly. And Luna Snow are going to be banned out as well, so always a high priority strategist. But that's going to be that in terms of the picks and bans, Tony. And now it's time for the true compositions to shine through.
I saw a potential Angela hover there for a second. Whippers was thinking about it. definitely could bring it to the table. Of course, with the Venom, it's a very aggressive, still kind of dive-centric comp. You don't have those, I guess, duelists that you'd like for the dive, but I guess not. We'll see how it goes. Of course, SCSC again locking in their comfort picks here. You know, the Magic, Scarlet, and Strange team up going to be into play as well. The Fantastic Four with the Thing and Sue should also be an interesting one to bring to the table here.
Yeah, agreed. Definitely interested to see how it's all going to play out. You know, obviously playing into your team ups is really going to bring out your strengths there. Like, it's great that they've got the Venom and the Jeff team up, right, for the Trinity Titans. I think those healing tendrils are definitely going to add a bit more value to that composition, but curious if eventually they might switch up into the Thor to, you know, play into that Asgardian team up there between Thor and Angela. See if they can get a bit more value out of the spears, but for now, all's well as we swell towards the mission area, and it will unlock very, very soon, but early control is being established by Trinity Titans here. They've made their mark and look to take a stand.
Yeah, it's taking a variety of space here. Magic trying to dive the backline, but they have Tiger Dog on the Mantis, so the Sedate is good. Whoopers will find another strategist there in the backline, and, well, it's a clean fight here already for the Trinity Titans, taking space on the point, and then kind of a little bit more spread. I was going to say kind of pronged approach from different kind of angles. Here we'll see Verixity take out Fish on a dish. They'll continue to push on through. The KO will come on to Strange as well. So great early fight from the Trinity Titans.
Yeah, agreed. They definitely put in some hard yards, did a lot of great work there, and very interested to see more where that came from, as they are going to be sticking back for the moment. Big damage coming out from Wolfers here on the Angela, just trying to see if they can hold up the front line, put the shield up, and yield some further results into this one. But for the moment, they're going to be flying away. Ooh, pop goes the Weasel there as they almost shut down Magic. They're still flying, still trying to get away with it. Not going to happen this time though, Tony. And I guess that goes to show, like, on their own, you can only get so much value out of that Angela.
Yeah, I was going to say you really need to follow up with your other Vanguard, and I was going to say Venom doing pretty good work there as well. Tiger Dog getting in the mix, and Trinity again holding the space front and forward here with the aggressive Vanguards, but as well the fact that they've got the triple strategist to play, the Jeff just kind of playing at range, keeping everybody healthy, nullifying all that damage out of the side of SCSC again. So, you know, already up to about 70% here for the Trinity Titans, and still no moves being made here for SCSC again.
Yeah, still just sticking it out. Like, they're playing into that team up, but it just isn't getting as much value as they would like here. They do have the Dark Child available. They've also got Aya Bagamoto there, as well as a few other ultimates online, but I mean, there's still so much more work that they need to put into this one. Speaking of, it's coming out there, trying the best they can. Clobbering time online. It's Jeff time as well. Good to play into that healing bull. Speaking of, it's time for Reality Erasure. Fish on a dish. Gonna dish them up with a KO onto Angela. And more where that came from, but Verixity in a bit of trouble. The Magic gets away. Aya Bagamoto does not come out from Pretzel Lord there. They are going to be snapped in half. And the invisible boundary definitely putting in their hard yards as well for SCSC now. Dark Child online for Silky Closure, trying to see if they can get their opponents under some exposure into a bad situation. But Soul Resurgence in response from Trinity Titans here is going to be able to keep them online just a little bit longer. Staggering out these KOs is only going to net positivity for them as well, as they almost swing things back into their favor.
Yeah, I was going to say, for the moment, SCSC, again, have the cap. They have the percentage building, but still, you can see the Trinity Titans, they're looking to fight this fight here on the point, and we'll see just a lot of staggered KOs between sides, right? Silky Closure able to find Verixity there. Whooper's just trying to be an absolute menace here with the Angela. And we'll see Hornet Proteus as well coming out from Edgeon. Potentially didn't going to pop that one. Didn't quite hit its mark. Of course, Silky Closure cleaning up here. This Magic has been very slippery to deal with here for the side of Trinity Titans, all things considered.
Yeah, certainly has had some slippery situations come through, and it's going to work out eventually for the SCSC again side there. So, holding on tightly to a couple of solid ultimates. They've got Darkchild online, pretty close to clobbering time as well. Eternal Bond, and maybe more where that came from. But speaking of where that came from, Trinity Titans bring out the Horn of Proteus there, get a bit of immobilization going in their favor, and they are going to find a bit more. Silky Closure though, bringing out Darkchild, trying to see if they can catch anyone off. It's going to be a Blue Bow. Ooh, Jeff Time catches Mr. Fantastic, so at least that's something. They were hopeful for more, but at least this play, one player from the fight, is going to allow them a bit more impact here. But speaking of impact, Silky Closure, that backpedal was just massive. Angela was left struggling to get any hits in, and it works out wonderfully for the SCSC side there, as they've taken down Domo Res now. Good KO through, but they're forcing them back.
Yeah, Brixity and the rest of Trinity forced to fall back. I was going to say this is the, I guess the downside of the Angela, you know, losing out that engagement to the Magic. We'll see clobbering time here. We'll see SCSC again try to hold this point down. The thing swinging. And he's still got plenty of ultimates to play with. Agamotto, of course, going to be popped across the back line here onto the Strategist. And that's a beautiful cleanup as well from the thing. Getting all of these KOs here for SCSC again. Swinging fist right now. The thing just not missing. Taking out the Jeff as well. And it's looking good for the Trinity Titans.
Looking good, looking great. They are shutting the gate on this one and will be able to take a deeper control. Very impressed with how they held themselves together, managed to reverse it into their favor, and that's going to be the carousel going down in history. Now, onwards and upwards towards the Grove, and this one certainly could make a positive strides as well.
I just want to correct myself. It was SCSC again finding that first point. Rough for the Trinity Titans, so they're thinking about swapping up the compositions. Maybe Whoopers, again, you know, the Angela not quite having its effect as you would like, so maybe up for the Penny or potentially something else here. Of course, a ton of Vanguards still available. It wasn't too much priority in the bans in terms of those Vanguards, so freedom of choice for Trinity. But you know, we were speaking about this Magic team up. We were like, oh, it's not quite having the craziest of effect, but Silky Closure was able to, I guess, bounce back and really find their groove there at the tail end of that first point.
And let's see what else they can do here. So they are going to be heading on through into this one, looking to give it their absolute best, and let's see what they can manage into this one. Eternal Bond is online here, Tony, and could be more where that came from. Things getting a bit shaky for the moment, but it's time for Feast of the Abyss there. They will feast a good on this one, and we're going to do much more than that, Tony. Looking to see if they can zone it out. No worries there whatsoever. Trinity Titans get control.
Yeah, Trinity Titans, a strong fight to start it off there. Some good KOs coming out for them, and I was going to say, you know, only really having to use the Feast of the Abyss from Domo Res on the Venom, so, you know, only having to use one ultimate, that's good for their economy. And of course, we'll see a few of these other ultimates come to fruition. Jeff Time, Horn of Proteus online. Looking for Silky Closure already towards the back here, trying to find something onto the Strategist, but it's met the Venom into this tail end here.
Ooh, Spider time! Spider Sweeper coming on through for Whoopers there, placing down the mines and zoning out the area. Clobbering time in consequence, as well as the invisible boundary there. So everything are going to be activated slowly but carefully. A Blue Vogue goes down with the trade on a Silky Closure. So, still looking good for the Titans at the moment. Jeff Time now going to be activated as well for Ixity there, picking up both Strategists. That is so massive. You can make that one theirs, taking them out off the map. See you later. And they're looking for so much more. But speaking of attacking more, SCSC again. They're doing a pretty good job of, contesting. They just shut down the Eye of Agamotto as well there, Tony. That was major.
Yeah, that was absolutely huge. Darkchild out for Silky Closure, just trying to get something going but nothing seems to be going SCSC's way this time around. Tiger Dog well will be able to find Silky closures. Trinity Titans are, you know, they've claimed that first fight, that second fight, and they're staggering out these KOs right now and just all over it right now. Nothing really SCSC again can do. They're looking a little bit staggered.
Oh, Brainiac Bounce is coming in from a fish on a dish there, and Eternal Bond as well with a Feast of the Abyss, Invisible Boundary. It's all happening here. These are the last critical moments, and we'll see if SCSC again can take control. Horn of Proteus going to say no. So we'll catch the thing there, but there's more where that came from. Getting the hits through again, and maybe could pull through here. They're getting closer and closer to the mission area. They'll have to tread lightly.
Yeah, they'll have to tread lightly. Spider Sweep coming out, but Eye of Agamotto is good to try and punish Whoopers, but they're still floating around the point and dishing out a lot of mines onto it. Will be finally found. KO's coming out here for SCSC again as they look to hold down this point at that 99% and will be able to cap it back, try to stagger out the Sue here on the back line, and a beautiful dash from Silky Closure as SCSC again will cap the point back.
They will be able to find their footing, find their confidence in the last moments they could, and it's going to be a long battle, a long road ahead here. Ooh. Sneak attack from Silky Closure perhaps. Does leave their team a little exposed as well though, but we'll see how it plays out in the moment as Venom will be holding up the front line onto this one, and Invisible Boundary activated. Soul Resurgence, Jeff time from Verixity picking up a one. It's going to be a strategist as well, so definitely can get a lot from that. There we go, Darkchild online from Silky Closure 2 here, trying to see if they can pull through onto a KO perhaps. Here we go, slice and dice. They will be able to splice together many a KO with their teammates here. Jeff in deeper trouble. Whoa, shaking things up into the rubble.
Yeah, that's, I thought that was just Silky Closure really ready to clean sweep that fight, but you can see Domorez and Verixity on the Jeff doing really good in this team up. I was going to say the Jeff and Venom team up is not what we're normally used to seeing, but it seems to be paying off here for the Trinity Titans. Once again, onto the back line. Brainiac Bounce going to be coming out here from Fish on a dish to try and get back on the point, but Trinity Titans are a little bit scattered. Eternal Bond coming out here from Cloak and Dagger, and that should keep everybody healthy here for SCSC again.
Yeah, should be able to almost pull through there. Eye of Agamotto coming online here and looking for more where that came from. Let's see what else they can do into this one as they fight on, fight fiercely and look to give so much more. Jeff time though. Instant denial. 3 go down and more rise up. Verixity eyes on the prize, but the OT timer is trickling down. They will be able to get there in the last possible moments, though. Gonna be stalling this one out, and very eager to see if they can catch more through. It's time for the Darkchild. They're gonna, stay online. I thought they'd go down with the ship, but no, they're still given so much more presence, so much more power. It's all or nothing now, Tony, and they're still getting KOs. They're still bouncing around the point. How are they online here? Magic has strategists for days to support their endeavors, and they are forcing their enemies far, far away. And that is how they'll take game number 1.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane. Silky Closure putting the team on the back to close out the map here. And I was gonna say, very much well played there, at least from the Trinity Titans. You know, they made it very close, capturing 99% first, and then both times getting swept aside here by Silky Closure and SCSC again, and a well-deserved MVP there for Silky Closure. Absolute threat there on the Magic. 30 eliminations in that one alone, Matt. And I was going to say as well, 25k damage. What more could you want out of your Magic? Showing that the team up, I was going to say, was there, but it was just Silky Closure on the Magic alone. It wasn't even the team up necessarily that got them across the line there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I really saw them activated either. Like, I don't think I saw the chains all that much, but I mean, even without them, like there's just so much maneuverability, you know, on that character there. Like that duelist is just massive in this patch, and even one of the same into the BP, which did get banned out, I believe. Like that has such major impact as well. You know, playing into that Gamma team up now, you've got a bit more shielding around your BP, so crazy to see what that looks like, Tony. But definitely excited for more of what's to come, you know, out of this patch and out of this game for that matter. While we do get things set up for our second map, though, we are going to be heading into a short break, so don't go anywhere. Good afternoon and welcome back to AEL High School here for Marvel Rivals. Mattse and TwoTapTony bringing you all the action here today. And we've kicked off with a bang into our first series of the day, SCSC again, taking on SLCC rivals to the end of time. And they are primed up and giving it their absolute best, Tony. It has been a really great series so far and I'm keen for more.
Yeah, just to correct you, it's Trinity Titans.
Yes.
Yeah,
Trinity Titans.
it's all right. I was gonna say so Trinity Titans SCSC again, and I was gonna say we saw some interesting things. We saw the Angela come out for our first domination there, and didn't quite have the effects the Trinity Titans probably would have liked. So they had to swap some things up. But it's going to be interesting going into this next one. Of course, it's going to be Convoy. I believe it will be Midtown. So should be a fun one underway. And I was going to say for the side of SCSC, again, they probably want to just keep that pressure up, right? Best of 5. Don't want to let your opponents adapt to what's going on. We might see potential target bans towards that Magic because I was going to say Silky Closure playing that one super well.
Yeah, definitely playing very, very effectively there. And keen to see what they are going to be able to do with this one now, Tony, as we get into the draft phase here. It's time to get serious, time to get down to business, and we've already got Magic Band online and Emma Frost to follow through too.
Yeah, Emma Frost going to be taken away. Magic taken away by the likes of Trinity Titans. So they're going to be, unfortunately, Magicless this time around. I imagine it won't affect them all too much. I was going to say they were playing a very brawler-heavy composition last time for the side of SCSD. Again, you know, we saw the Thing and the Strange just on top of people with the Fantastic. So even though the Magic score, I still feel that added brawling pressure is going to be there for the side of SCSD again.
That's it. Definitely eager to see that brawling pressure. Eager to see exactly what is going to ensue from this one. We might just have the TwoTapTony special come online here, but not today. Invisible Woman is going to be banned out, and definitely excited for what else is going to be cut through into this one, Tony, as Strange is online.
Yeah, Strange is going to be locked in here by the side of SCSC again, and of course for the Trinity Titans, priority towards the Jeff. Once again, Brick City played that one quite well. Interesting to see Scarlet as well being taken away. So both of the team-ups there that were available for the Strange aren't going to be there. That makes the Strange a little bit, I guess, less of a priority here for the side of SCSC again, but they'll still be locking in with a bunch of stuff. Jeff online for both sides. Mantis and Sue being taken away there. I was going to say Tiger Dog wasn't too bad on the Mantis, so taking that one away from the side of Trinity Titans is going to be, you know, an interesting one. Swapping over to the Rocket with the Groot team up, because Groot was locked in by Trinity Titans, but Silky Closure taking away one duelist. Will go to the next best thing on the side.
That's it, my man. Go to the next best thing. Locked in and looking to lock out their opponents there. You can see Silky Closure ready to go here. Going to be pacing their way through nice and steadily into this one. We're going to see if they can catch anyone off guard as they make their way over towards the mission vehicle there, towards Herbie, and try and stop them in their tracks. But speaking of stopping in the tracks, Tony, talking about this skin right here, the Strange Zombies skin. Definitely keen to see more where that came from, because I think with the release of the new, you know, Marvel Zombies series, there could be some more zombie-themed skins around Halloween. So get excited for what's to come in that sense.
Yeah, curious to see what they cook up on the Marvel Rivals team. We'll see some early damage dealt out onto the Thing. Quite low engagement already. Just once again that upfront pressure of having the Strange and having the Groot. We'll see Silky Closure once again be a threat with the double KO to start it off. Silky Closure on the Psylocke once again unleashed.
unleashed and ready to go, ready to flow their way in there, and we'll see if there's more where that came from, Mr. Tony, as we are going to stall things out nice and steadily here. But CSC again are doing a really great job, honestly. Like, they haven't allowed much presence over the mission vehicle at all at the moment, and they're building up their ultimates at a pretty decent pace here. Here we go. It's time for Jeff Times. Big pickup. So more favoring Trinity Titans, it would seem. They're going to be putting their enemies into their own spawn there. I didn't even know you could do that. That's a new one.
Yeah, I was going to say it's, I guess, only you get to see it happen. Yeah, I was going to say it's not used all too much. You only get to see it happen when you're, I guess, that close to spawn. So great adaptation there from the Trinity Titans, being able to use Verixity to spit them into the spawn, and they'll insta get KO'd, because of course it'd be, I was gonna say, not a good thing if you're able to live inside of your opponent's spawn. I feel like there's a lot of snowball potential there, but we're back to the fight. Blobbering time here for Solon, and just quite do all too much, but still pressure on from the thing, and the rest of SCSC again getting in the mix.
Yeah, jumping into the mix there, ready to see if anything sticks in this one. Here we go. Strangling Prison coming out there. Looking for the Dance of the Butterfly as well. Silky Closure going to be able to take advantage onto one pick. Ooh, pretty close to the Groot as well, but the healing going to be a little bit too much here. Eternal Bond definitely doing a great job to keep them up, but we are seeing Jeff Time come out there. I have Agamotto not getting as much as they wanted, but there we go. Big pickup onto 3 enemies here, displacing them from the fight, but that's about all they're going to be able to do with it. You know, take them away for a second. No KOs coming through there, except onto other enemies. So I guess it works out in one way or another. And now they're hunting down those strategists. We could be saying goodbye to a rocket in a second, but not today.
Yeah, I was gonna say the unfortunate thing about being the defensive side, Jeff, is you've got nowhere to spit these opponents off with the Jeff Time. So kind of just taking them away from the fight. And of course, we're gonna see Eye of Agamotto pop towards the back line. Jeff Time as well. Going to be swallowing up the Strange, so Trinity Titans just using their Jeff Time super effectively here to either stagger out the fight or win it out in its entirety now. Verixity needs to get out of there with the help of Domo, and we'll be able to stabilize. And Pretzlord, I was going to say props to him, living for quite a bit there.
Yeah, living for a really long time, and they are going to be very, very happy with that, Mr. Tony, but see what else is going to be activated through into this one. Do have the Brainiac bounce online. I see for Tiger Dog, and we've got clobbering time as well. So SCSC definitely have some good capabilities. The dance could be coming through. Ooh, not today though. Warpers is very reactive there, able to just isolate the backline and really support their team well. Brainiac bounce though, it's going to be not finding as much impact as they would like either. Like, it's just a very distractive ultimate, rather than getting some of that KO potential through.
And Tiger Dog, Verixity on top of one another there in the back line. After the Brainiac bounce came from Fish on a Dish. Was kind of stuck in a little bit of a rough spot. We'll see clobbering time once again. Used immediately for this line. And I was going to say, the fight's still going. Trinity Titans way, right? The cart, of course, pretty far pushed now around this chokehold. And for the likes of SCSC again, they're going to have to go big here.
Go big or go home, and Jeff Time could be exactly what they need to do that. Meteor M coming around the back as well, not going to be able to get much from it. And same too from Jeff Time. They've picked up Magneto, and that's kind of it really. Dance of the Butterfly coming out. Does slice through a couple, so nice to get at least 2 through the KO factor there. And they're looking to see if they can get more. Ooh, good usage of the terrain to avoid that. Their team not going to have the same flexibility, not the same luxury, so they will be forced to pursue a different avenue for the rest of this fight.
Yeah, that was it was interesting. I was gonna say the Dance of the Butterfly really paying off there for the side of SCSC again, and the fact that you know, too much Riz did fall, but they still were able to keep the fight solid here. It's good now for SCSC again. Going into a minute left here for Trinity Titans to push on through.
Only 60 seconds left.
Ooh, push on through and see what they can break in with. Definitely going to be good times ahead here, Tony, and excited for what else they are going to be able to do in a second, as it's Jeff time once again. And here we go. It's all or nothing.
Yeah, all or nothing. Clubbering time. I have Agamotto coming through. A lot of low HP bars with the Trinity Titans, and we can see just the power and pressure coming in through from the Fantastic with the thing. Just the follow-up with the Fantastic 4 team up. Of course, not there because Sue's not in the mix. But it doesn't matter here. Fish on a dish and everybody trying to get onto Whoopers. A very low cut target. We'll be able to KO there. Beautiful stuff from Fish on a dish, but they still have to try and fight for this card pressure here because the Jack time came out from Barixity. Didn't quite hit its mark, and both teams are able to stabilize for the moment as the Eternal Bond comes out.
That's it, the Eternal Bond on a line there, looking to see if they can do more with it as well. See ya online for Tiger Dog. They are just pushing as hard as they can here. They found Fish on a dish, so things looking good for the moment. Maelstrom activated as well. Get a bit of damage through. Dance to the Butterfly, one and the same. Doing tons of damage, but not really able to get too much from it. At least they do catch the Namor in the end there, trying their best to claw away with something further. Oh my goodness. Too much there is going to do too much in taking them away from the mission vehicle, and it's all just taken out because of a Jeff. Like, that's kind of crazy to see. They picked up 4 of them, but just a stray Jeff. It's been what kept them online here. Oh, Eternal Bond! It's still on, Toad!
Yeah, fight's still going to go on. Eye of Agamotto comes through beautifully onto the back line, and Whoopers will be able to pick up 2 KOs there. An immediate answer back from the Trinity Titans. Varixity really keeping this push alive for their side, and we'll be able to clean it up beautifully. Whoopers with more KOs to their board, and Trinity Titans, with the help of Eternal Bond, keep this push going.
That they do, Mr. Tony. They will be able to keep the push going, and going to be looking to give even more than just that, my man. We'll see if they can keep this one activated, or maybe they might get blown away as they look to save the day right now. Sticking back, pushing forward. It's all or nothing into this one.
All or nothing. Initial KO there from Whoopers. Maelstrom coming out there from Domo as well, just dishing out so much front end pressure. But we can see though the Fantastic kind of trying to zone out the duelists on the side here. Hedgehog's not able to do as much as they probably would like. The Seer comes out from the rocket, and we'll see them try to stabilize here. But Jeff time coming out from Barixity, able to swallow up at least a few. That's the strategist now taken away from the fight for Trinity Titans, and not able to push them back into their spawn. They're still fighting though. I was going to say, trying to get their way out, back on towards the cart. As, of course, the time is ticking down here for Trinity Titans as well.
Yeah, time ticking down, and not much more to lose in this one. They are going to be zoned in, though. KO's coming in. Looking to get a plethora of damage across the board here. Here we go. Agamotto comes in. Doesn't do too much. Not able to get the most from it, but they're still fighting, still shooting, and still looking to give it their best.
Yeah, Eternal Bond coming out. And we'll be seeing Fantastic Ultimate as well used by the likes of SCSC again, but we're seeing Trinity Titans at these kind of final marks, able to hit their stride. Magneto Meteor M coming out. Doesn't quite hit its mark, so we'll see SCSC again still try to fight for this cart. The thing on the mix, and everybody in here for the side of SCSC again, but Trinity Titans, they've got a few ultimates to play with. And I was going to say, they're putting a lot of pressure on the strategist back line. We're going to be seeing Hedgion taking out one there onto Mudcake, and they'll continue to fight.
Continue to fight, continue to try and set things right. We'll see her coming online. Good for too much there. See if they can manage to fizzle things out, as they will find the KO. Agamotto coming in, locking them in place. This could be exactly what they need to clear a little bit more space here. It's all coming down to this one. They're trying their best to push things up. Another Seer comes online from Tiger Dog there. And it's all down to the wire, Tony. They're so close, yet so far.
So close, yet so far. BBC still fighting for the cart right now. Pretzel just doing anything they can. Clobbering time coming out there from Salon. And it will be still fight going the way. Staggered out here from Trinity Titans. Too much risk with the BRB beacon will be able to keep Pretzel back online. And we can still see the picks going the way of the Trinity Titans as we'll see them healthy. We'll see them stabilized. OT ticks. The bounce comes out from Fish on a dish to find Varixity. Now we see SCSC again still on the cart to fight.
Still on the card, still looking to give it their all here. Rise or fall. Agamotto will stall and not going to be able to do anything more with it whatsoever. It's going to be a big piece of trouble, a big problem here, Tony. And they are looking to give absolutely all that they can into this one. It's all or nothing. Make or break here. And someone has got a crack.
Someone's cracked onto the cart. Clobbering side coming out there as well from the thing. Some good fists being thrown here. Headshot take it out of the mix. I have Agamotto towards the back line, but it doesn't really matter. Solont is still doing an absolute marvelous class of work here. We'll see SCSC again. It's Dance of the Butterfly on top of the cart now to try and scatter these players and try and send them packing. Varixity with the jet time as well, able to swallow up Solenta. It will be Eternal Bond coming out on top of the cart. Overtime will tick. Finally down. SC again are able to find that final hole.
My goodness. Can you believe it, Tony? They get the job done. They hold it down. And that was such an intense push coming through onto the mission vehicle there. Just insane potential. Insane ways to work at things through, and there's more to be delivered where that came from. You know, this isn't even the end yet. We got the side switch. I just can't believe it. I seriously just can't believe it. But what I do believe is we are going to have another section of Convoy online here. We are going to have another piece of TwoTapTony power into the fray here. It's time. The man's 10 bananas tall, and he's ready to take you through the opening section.
30 seconds before
Absolutely, 10 bananas tall. That's quite a stature on me. Probably taller than Jeff, I'd say.
Oh, banana. That's it.
Banana.
Gonna be definitely much taller than Jeff. Speaking of Jeff, did you see they got the new pop vinyls of Marvel Rivals? You know, they've got the Wave 2 with Luna Snow, Magic, and Jeff the Land Shark. So those are pretty cool. Definitely love to see them. But you know what else I love to see, Tony, is going to be our game getting online right now. We are going to be seeing the squids online. The attack of the squids. Always got to focus up to shut them down nice and quickly. You know, it's definitely a treacherous piece of business there.
Yeah, I was gonna say hard to deal with those squids. We'll see. A little bit of a staggered fight coming out here to start it off. SCSC again, and Trinity Titans still really up in the mix and throwing haymakers back and forth. Trinity, though, they're happy to retreat with of course, the power of the rocket. They're able to stay healthy as well. The Jeff will help them out. Quick KO though, and Jeff time is already online here from Varixity. And we'll be able to swallow up a few.
That they will, Mr. Tony, that they will, and they'll be able to stall things out, get the KO. Nicely done, more to follow. Yeah, love to see it. Sia is online as well. See you later. Goodbye, goodbye. Good friends, goodbye, and it's time to go. But let's see which way this one is going to flow. They got clobbering time online if they need it. That big Fist of Fury coming out from us along there. Looking to see if they can force this mission vehicle one step closer. But I want to see, Tony, the Eye of Agamotto. I want to see mostly the Brainiac bounce. But it ain't coming yet.
It ain't coming yet. Beautiful clobbering time from Salont, and it will be a dive onto the back line. Eternal Bond in the meantime is able to stay on the cart, but Eternal Bond in return from Mudcake. As we'll see them sit pretty on this cart. Magneto Meteor M actually dodged out there by Mudcake for just a second. As we'll still see Eye of Agamotto popped over the top here for Pretzel Lord. It won't hit its mark, though. Everybody's still healthy here for the side of the Trinity Titans.
That's it. All are going to be locked and loaded. Big dance of the butterfly online here. Triple KO and looking to flow through for more. It is all or nothing here. All make or break. And it's all going to be down to these last little moments. You know, they've got to push their way over and get close to the line here, Tone. But they're doing a great job to zone them out.
Yeah, great job of zoning them out. Fish on a dish. What's the... I was going to say, that even the second point hasn't been captured yet by SCSC again, but just being a ever-looming presence here with the Fantastic does have that Brainiac bounce available still. We'll be dishing out quite a bit. Whoopers has to bubble there early. Clobbering time coming through. The Fish on a dish is looking to walk up here.
Looking to walk up and looking to give their all here. We are going to see Jeff Time online with the Seer there, trying their best to press up into the mix. Try and see if they can shoot their way through this. And there it is! Brainiac bounce is coming through on it, and they are going to be trying to lock something down here, but it just ain't happening. They are not going to be able to zone anything in. In fact, they will be zoned the heck out. So, see you later. Goodbye. But hello to another piece of the fray here. Hello to the Eternal Bond, perhaps, but not just yet.
Meteor M, Agamotto there on top of them. Seer pops here by the side of SCSC again, and we'll see as well Magneto Meteor M coming out. Try and hit its mark, and it will be able to sink onto one. Cloak and Dagger taken out of the picture. Great KO from Whoopers, looking for a little bit more. The thing a little bit low in front of him. We'll be able to pick it up with the help of Bluevo. We'll see Trinity Titans stall the cart for a little bit longer.
Stall it out and ready to break it in here. Let's see what else they can do with the dance of the butterfly into this one. Tiger Dog down. Ooh, my goodness. Silky closure, light flashing before their eyes there, but they are going to be able to get away from it in the end. So Pretzel Lord KO'd through. Solid hold coming out from Trinity Titans here, but there's still going to be more where that came from. Still going to be more to achieve, more to activate, and let's see if they can find their moment as they slow things down in the Horn of Proteus. It's time to get down to business. Jeff Time catching one at the minimum, or catching none. Slippery slope there. Agamotto.
Yeah, beautiful eye of Agamotto. Unfortunate there for Verixity, not finding anything with the Jeff time. So this allows SCSC again to walk it up. Silky Closure will be able to find one KO quickly, and a second there on towards the Magneto as these staggered KOs are now coming out here. SCSC again. Just when you thought Trinity were able to hold the cart at that point, well, we'll see SCSC again. Another KO from Silky Closure. Trinity Titans then back to their spawn for the moment. They'll have to portal on to try and stop this fight.
Try and stop the fight, but it's Agamotto tonight, and it's ready to rumble. Big KO coming through off the Maelstrom there. Mudcake down and more to follow, but the BRB beacon does bring Mudcake back, and more to follow. SCSC again. Are not looking to drown on the casualties. They are looking to lock in more KOs of their own, zoning it out, zoning it in, and they are going to be doing the absolute most here, Tone. And there it is, over the second checkpoint. They get it done, don't they?
Yeah, they're able to cap another point, and now we can see the potential for the stagger here if the KOs come through from SCSC again. It will be a clobbering time into a dance of the butterfly. Not quite finding its mark, but still everybody's stuck in this corridor for the likes of Trinity Titans. And we can see the walk up here potential for SCSC again. They'll continue to throw hands right now. As we'll see Verixity a little bit caught out and maybe potentially being picked off here by the side of SCSC again, but we'll be able to get away.
Get away and ready to see how they go today, as they are going to be looking to push into this one. Double KO flowing into here, and looking to see if they can step into high gear for Jeff Time into the Eternal Bond. A Brainiac bouncing on it as well, and there's going to be more where that came from with the eye of Agamotto around the corner, ready to garner a bit more. Wow, that thing got absolutely shredded there. So great way to clear the path forward and draw to more.
Only 60 seconds left.
Yeah, able to continue going forward. Trinity Titans, they do have a few ultimates aligned. The Horde and Proteus potentially to come out, and it definitely will. Able to sync on with Domarez with the Feast from the Abyss, and it is going to be still SCSC again. Sear up, and well, these backline strategists are getting dove right now. Whoopers has swapped over to the thing. Domarez onto towards the Venom. And it might be paying off here. Domarez able to pick up another KO. We'll see Trinity Titans stop the cut once again. 20 seconds left here for SCSC again to do something.
They're going to have to do something. They're going to have to do the absolute most. And we'll see if they are going to be able to find just that. As we jump in to the dance of the butterfly. No one going down, though. The healing just a bit too much. But they're doing a great job to destabilize with clobbering time there. Soliant still holding back, still holding firmly onto this one. But there's still so much more they need to achieve here. Eat their way through. It's fish on a dish, taking away the KO on a Verixity. No more Jeff, at least for now. But they still got to fight on. Got to give it their all here, Tony. It's rise up or overtime's done.
Rise up or overtime's done. And slippery cloak and dagger there. I was going to say the fact that Bluebo was able to live for so long. KO came back though from Silky Closure. Jet time is going to be popped here for Verixity. Able to swallow up too. And overtime continues to tick here for the side of SCSC. Again, they need to stabilize. They need to continue to put their best foot forward. Thing versus thing action now happening in front of our very eyes. Silky Closure still getting KOs towards the back line. Eternal Bond, as well as the fantastic ultimate coming out. Solent and Fish on a dish, able to find some KOs. And it's looking good. Eye of Agamotto pops there, and it will be a lot of KOs coming out from the side of SCSC again. We'll see Dance of the Butterfly too, just for good measure. And the point will be capped all of the way. SCSC again able to find another map.
That they are taking away another map and going to be tapping away through it. But that was such a hard-fought endeavor there, Tone. You know, I was very impressed with how they composed themselves into that, and very excited for what else they are going to be able to do into the next one. But MVP is going to be a Silky Closure there, Tony. Playing your favorite character. Love to see it. Love to see it indeed. But that's going to be a map 2. Done and dusted there. Wow. Just very impressed with all the amazing plays that we have seen here today, Tony. You know, I think that they played exceptionally well. But, you know, there's still going to be more where that came from, because we're going to get our next map set up right on the other side of this one. Don't go anywhere. Good afternoon. Welcome back, everybody, to AEL High School, here with Marvel Rivals. It's Mattse and TwoTapTony to take you through into our third game of this first best of 5 series, and we are feeling alive. We are feeling good, Tony, and it's time to get into this next one right here, right now. Here we go.
Yeah, it's time to get back into it. SCSC again versus Trinity Titans, and of course, already 2-0 lead here for SCSC again. One away, from taking home this best of 5. And for the Trinity Titans, it's all hands on deck. It's all about a very important pick and ban phase for them. I was gonna say they've taken away the magic once again. Psylocke going to be locked in here. All the likes of SCSE again. So we already know what Silky Closure is going to be bringing to the table. But the question is, what do Trinity Titans bring to the table? I was going to say the adaptation of putting Whoopers on that Magneto. Definitely felt the presence of that one, but a lot of other things really not going their way. They're going to be taking away the Fantastic here. I was going to say, yeah, Fish on a Dish, not too bad on that one last time, Matt.
No, absolutely not. I think that there were some struggles, some moments for it. Like, it didn't find the impact it wanted to onto the Brainiac bounces, but I do think that the Mr. Fantastic definitely fulfilled its purpose. You know, they were able to stay online, really just hold things together for their team, and it worked out super duper well.
Yeah, it definitely worked out pretty well. I was going to say, in terms of SCSE, again, were able to find that final push towards that point. And as we'll see the last few locks and picks here, Magneto priority for the likes of Trinity Titans, Groot taken away, and as well the Thing getting taken away. So we'll see some different stuff out of SCSE again, because a lot of high prio bans have been coming through here. Triple Strategist being potentially thought about is interesting. Salant has had the Thing taken away, so I would have thought, you know, different Vanguard. We do have a lot of different ones still online for the side of SCSC again, but they're going to be playing into the Strange team up once again, and we'll see Triple Strategist. On the other side of things, though, a little bit of a different composition for them. We've got Triple Strategist, as well, Verixity now towards the Magneto. So both teams kind of swapping it up here for the final point here on Clintar, potentially.
Yeah, agreed. I think that they're definitely looking to spice things up, splice things together, and see exactly how they are going to fare into this one, how they are going to prepare as we stick things out and look to see what things will look like getting into the next section here. Well, they're just going to be swinging in, aren't they? Very relaxed way to start the game off, but you know what? You got to stay calm. I think that's the power of a character like Iron Fist, for that matter. You know, getting into your chi zone there. But we'll see how things go right now, as we are going to take it slow and steady already. Seeing some big shots pushed across here. Interesting to see Verixity actually playing into the Vanguard role this time. You know, switching up the momentum, because they were playing Jeff, I think, every other game, weren't they?
Yeah, I was going to say Jeff, and Hedgeon as well was playing a lot of the duelist roles here, so great to see Trinity kind of flex a little bit here and allow different players to give different roles a go. As we'll still see, of course, a ton of healing coming out here from the side of Trinity Titans. They're able to stay healthy with the fact that they do have the Adam Warlock and the power of the Bond coming through here. But of course, for the side of SCSC again, with that Scarlet and Strange team up, Fish on a Dish is dishing out a ton of damage here.
That they are going to be dishing out a ton of damage there and looking to give much more. But there's more in store than just that, as they are certainly playing into their team up with the Doctor Strange there. You know, the beauty of that team up is that they can dish out a ton of damage all at once. You know, it's like a big burst strike, so to speak, and it's great that Magic can play into that team up if it's available. But speaking of being available, Eternal Bond are going to be online right now, looking to shoot their way through. with their team. I have Agamotto going to slow things down with a Fate of Both Worlds into the Reality Erasure. Spider Sweep, it's all going down on this, and they will find one with the Reality Erasure there. Going to be traded immediately though, but here it is. Karmic Revival is online.
Yeah, Karmic Revival keeping everybody healthy. Eternal Bond coming out of Mudcake to keep everybody up for SCSC, but it is going to be Meteor M out of the likes of Verixity. There will be KOs, of course, coming through. Dance of the Butterfly on top of what feels like an already lost point here for the side of SCSC again. Tiger Dog will be able to find another KO. We'll see. Trinity Titans draw the clock a little bit thin, but will be able to find themselves the cap. They're trying to stagger out these KOs here. At the moment, Luna able to stay healthy. Will be able to be topped up there with the triple strategist online. And, well, for Trinity Titans, they have capped the point. It's all about how they can push now.
That's it. All about how they can push, and ready to see how they will be able to swish their way through this one as they push the mission vehicle closer and closer along the line here. Do have that Kraken impact online as well, so definitely can force the issue a little bit if they need to clean up a bit of space there. But they've got to bear in mind, you know, there is also ways to react to that. Reality Erasure online, almost Fate of Both Worlds, a lot more. There it is. See ya. Going to be the first thing picked up though. Ooh, I sense the Reality Erasure potentially online for Fish on a Dish here. Like, they're positioning very up high, but they don't need it. They are going to be able to force them back with minimal impact.
Yeah, minimal big fault there by the Trinity Titans. I was going to say, you know, the Penny is pretty good at controlling a lot of the space, but as well, you probably want a Vanguard that can also dish out a little bit more. As we'll see, of course, Ultimate's online. 5 for Trinity Titans, 5 here for SCSC again. It's all about who pops the first one, who makes the first move, because that could be a blunder. You know, you don't want to be the one to first use those ultimates. As we'll see just a ton of damage being dished out, but of course, triple strategies for both. I have Agamotto up high there. It doesn't quite hit its mark as the Penny is able to stop it. A Reality Erasure there in the back line. Fish on a Dish, able to collect a few.
Able to collect a few and able to pull through with a bit more as well. Spider Sweep coming in, but Karmic Revival is going to be exactly what they were after into this one. Here comes the Eternal Bond here. Looking to bring their way into this one with the Meteor M. Boom! They will be able to catch the one and only Cloak and Dagger, and looking to stagger things out just a little bit more here. Take it slow, take it steady, and see if they can light this one up with tons of confetti, Tony, as they try and scratch the surface. But the Agamotto is going to be denied.
Agamotto denied. And, well, we're going to be seeing what happens with this fight as they come around the choke. The Dance of the Butterfly there to find some quick KOs from the likes of Silky Closure will be taken out, though. I was going to say props to how Verixity is playing this Magneto right now. Just a very much front-forming pressure that you want from the side of Trinity Titans. We'll see SCSC back it around the corner once again. Too much Riz. Going to be playing the Luna as a pseudo-duelist in a way, dishing out a little bit of damage themselves. Reality Erasure now online here for Fish on a Dish, and it's important to see that one pop because a minute's still here for the Trinity Titans to push.
Yeah, still got a little bit of time to play with there. Still got a little bit of time to prime things up, but they are going to slow things down, at least for now. Ooh, cutting it close to there. Not going to be able to unleash a bit of chaos. They are going to be locked out, and I'm going to give it their best. Agamotto is ready to go should they require it, you know, just to force the issue on a step closer. But there it is. Fate of Both Worlds from Too Much Riz there. So now we go to our break segment. And now we're back once it's over. Love that ultimate, you know, it's just a little intermission.
Yeah, it feels like it. Reality Erasure once again, just not able to hit its mark. Agamotto came out from Pretzel Lord. And I was going to say, a lot of ultimates now here for the Trinity Titans. Spider Sweep coming across, I believe that was as well the Kraken Impact. And it is going to be Eternal Bond in return. A lot of support ultimates, a lot of everybody popping everything. Pretzel Lord able to find one. Karmic Revival will be able to keep a few back up if they want to play for it. Silky Closure as well with the Dance of the Butterfly. We're seeing all the KOs still go the way of SCSC again, but everybody's staying healthy off the back off this Adam Warlock, off the back of Hedgion as well with the Eternal Bond. Morality Erasure once again just not quite finding its mark. And Trinity Titans will be able to push on forward.
Able to push on forward, able to push on in, and they are going to be very happy with how things are going at the moment, Tony. But there's still going to be more where that came from. Still going to be more to do as they will pull through in the end. So solid foundations have been laid here, Tony. They are going to be very happy with this, and we'll see if they can keep things from going amiss.
It's interesting. I was going to say the times that Trinity Titans have been able to put the push across the line is all the way deep in overtime, just when you know, their last hurrah is coming through. That's a credit to the side of SCSC again. Eye of Agamotto doesn't quite find its mark again. SCSC aren't finding the value from these ultimates. Just the power of the penny to shut them down. Whoopers is playing this one perfectly.
We're better when we work together.
Perfect to a T there and ready to try and break it free, but let's see if they can climb this tree and take it one step further along the line here, as they are going to be tiptoeing lightly. Sia Online does elevate at least a bit of their firepower here, but there's still going to be more where that came from, Tone. They're trying to zone things out. Reality Erasure is online for Fish on a Dish here. They don't even need it just yet, though. You know, all they have to do is stall it out. At the last seconds, though, when everyone's on top, it could be the time. Here we go. Oh, the web. The ultimate counter has been unleashed again.
It's just absolutely heartbreaking. Eye of Agamotto towards the back line. Eternal Bond as well. Fed to the Butterfly. Verexity with a huge dunk on the Magneto Meteor M. The Silky Closure still trying to pick up this fight, trying to get it stabilized for the side of SCSC again, but Spider Sweep coming through from Whoopers as well to eliminate Pretzel Lord. We'll see another staggered KO in just a second. Trinity Titans able to stand tall here, Matt, and stop another hold from SCSC again.
Yeah, doing a great job so far, aren't they? Just stalling it out, you know, just really showcasing the power of the Penny Parker here, Tony. You know, just able to shut down a lot of ultimate potential with those webs there. It's just been great to see. But speaking of great to see, it's our favourite duelist, Adam Warlock, coming online there. Little throw to the art book of Marvel Rivals on that one. Love to see it. No, our favourite strategist. But here we go. Reality Erasure. Is it going to activate this time? Yes, it will. At long last, we see the KO spill in, and they're going to find the impact they were searching for.
Yeah, no Karmic Revival up here for Trinity Titans, so they're going to have to play this one to pristine. Too much Riz, able to find Hedgion. Eye of Agamotto, dance to the Butterfly on top of the cart. Will break the penny trap there, but of course Whoopers is still up, still being a menace here, living for so long on his card. I was going to say, I would have thought they'd find that KO earlier, but of course, fate of both worlds to keep everybody up. SCSC again, able to hold it two against the Trinity Titans.
Time to switch things up.
Able to hold it through and able to deliver much more. Mr. Tony, much more, but let's see what else is going to be in store in a second here. As we are present, we are wide awake, we are ready to get locked in to this one. And speaking of locked in, those Penny Parker webs have been fully immersed. You know, they've been able to deny so much old potential. Like, I just can't believe the impact that Whoopers has been having with that one. It's just craziness, insanity. How well they've been able to take advantage of that, but there's still more where that came from, Mr. Tony. There's still more to do, and I am very excited to see how our teams pull through here.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see this next one unfold, because well, for Trinity Titans, this penny pick just gets that little bit stronger, you know, getting to play the defense, setting up the cages, the nets, and everything else. So we'll see Egg come out on towards the corner there, just laying a bunch of mines for the side of SCSC to walk into. But of course, SCSC haven't opted to change all too much. We're actually going to be seeing Fish on a Dish go away from the Scarlet. We'll look for a good spear there on a Domo to start it off. As SCSC again, they're walking up slowly, trying to take space here. No early KOs for either side, thankfully. It's just going to be a slow and steady approach to the point.
Slow and steady wins the race, as some say, but we'll see if it's going to win the race today, Mr. Tone, as we get into the fray now, ready to play into this one. Squid's coming out. Good to elevate your damage output with that one. They've already taken down Whoopers there, so that's huge. You know, finding that Penny Parker, that's been one of the biggest thorns in their side, and definitely are looking to go leaps and bounds off the back of that one, but they still have to take it relatively slow and steady. Magneto in a bit of trouble. See you later. Tiger Dog one in the same. Looking for more now. Trying to wipe up the back line and take control of the mission area onto this one. Convert this map into the convoy section. But Whoopers is back. Has found a KO through for themselves. Egg's going to be taken out as well. So now the mission area slowly but certainly playing into the favor of SCSC again.
Yeah, it's feels, I was going to say, a little bit out of character for SCSC to not be bringing the Winter Soldier to play, but, you know, Selkie Closure's been a absolute menace on the Psylocke and the Magic. I was going to say as well, Fish on a Dish has been filling out that secondary Duelist role quite well, so, you know, don't really need the Bucky to play. Will be Horn of Proteus there. Beautiful snipe from Fish on a Dish. As well, came up on the back end of that last fight with the BRB beacon. That was a play from Solent, they will just continue to push on here. SCSC again, just using all of their support ultimates. Fate of both worlds, Pretzel Lord as well with the Maelstrom towards the back. We'll see Visible Boundary come out here to keep everybody healthy. Eye of Agamotto is staggered out and used in probably the best scenario.
Best case scenario there, and they are ready to take it a one step over the line here. Tone ready to group this one towards the next checkpoint here. Oh, here we go. They're dancing. It's the dance of the butterfly, and they are going to be able to wipe out at least one player there. Looking for more as well. They're slowing it down, flowing into fruition. Meteor Emma was coming out, but it's shut down immediately, so that's unfortunate. I feel like this is just a game of denied ults, Tony. Like, it's crazy how many ults have been stopped in this match alone.
Yeah, some just crucial timings there from Whoopers. We'll see Karmic Revival actually bring everybody back to life there in the choke, but KO comes quickly from Silky Closure. And we'll continue to push on through here for the side of SCSC again. Horn of Proteus is online for Fish on a Dish. You can see so many vulnerable targets for that one, but wants to get the maximum value out of it. KO comes out of Pretzel Lord. Eye of Agamotto is going to be thought about and will be popped there. Domo and everybody else stunned up. Silky Closure will be able to find those fights, and Hedgion on the cart, take it out. Is SCSC again able to push quite convincingly. I was going to say, Trinity Titans, this is looking rough for them.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Tony. Something's going to miss there, and see if they are going to be able to take things one step closer. As SCSC again now will be able to take this one down and push it over the second checkpoint here. So going to be a solid beginnings onwards towards an interesting end, but let's see which way they will fare, which way they are going to try and make steady progress here as they hold their line, hold back for the time being. But here we go, Fist of the Abyss coming out for the Titans there. Going to be brought back by the Battle Recon Beacon as well, and looking to slow things down, but Venom still all up in the back line and still just trying to deny the frontline presence.
Beautiful Horn of Proteus though, catching onto a crucial target. That is going to be Domo taken out of the picture. And we'll see Dance of the Butterfly as well hit its mark for a beautiful 2 there with the help of Too Much Res, as they'll continue to try and push on towards these squishy targets. Jeff able to keep them online for the moment. A great fight out of the side of SCSC again. They'll slowly try to stagger these KOs out, but they'll continue to push the card at the same time. Whoopers now on this Venom, trying to stall for it. Jeff time will come out here, swallows up for 2. Silky Closure and Pretzel Lord are going to be taken back towards the backside of the point, but they will be able to get out free.
Yeah, we'll be able to get out for free. Eternal Bond are going to be a breaking free as well for both teams here, and eager to see what else they can do with it, as Trinity Titans at a bit of a disadvantage for the moment, but at least with the Bond online, they're able to get their teammates back on towards the mission area and see if they can do more to stall out the mission vehicle here. But Agamotto, oh, that's big. They pick up one of the strategists there, looking to see if they can get any more. Jeff going to be going down, looking to try and take out everybody around. Varixity and Tiger Dog, though, aren't finished, are still up to no good, trying their best to keep this one as it should be. But there's still so much more to be achieved here, so much more to be done. And there it is, the opening bound. Feast of the Abyss coming out in response, but they aren't able to get much of anything from it.
Yeah, cracking impact as well from Tiger Dog. And we'll be able to find the reset there. Pops it in towards the back line. And it gives another reset. Came out onto too much Riz. Pretzel Lord just trying to stay alive and stall out these KOs here on the side of Trinity Titans. They'll send them back to spawn with AGON and Silky Closure. That is a good hold for Trinity Titans, able to stabilize it a minute 40.
Feeling fantastic, as they should, and let's see if they can stall it out with not much time, as you said there, Tone. But they are going to have to really prioritize focusing up around their ultimates here. I think the Asia from Soliant is going to be very impactful, you know, to elevate some of that damage output they're so desperately searching for. But one and the same, like Fate of Both Worlds around the corner, Horn of Proteus, they got the Dance of the Butterfly as well. There's a lot they can do here, but the Titans have a lot they can do too. They have the Invisible Boundary, Jeff Time are going to be most important, I'd say. So, like, there's a lot of potential out of this matchup, Tony.
Yeah, a lot of ultimates coming online, a lot of high impact ones. That Jeff Time's probably the most important, right? In terms of denying the push here from CSC again, as they'll portal on in through with Horn of Proteus and the Dance of the Butterfly for good measure. Some great AoE damage, picking apart two. Eye of Agamotto as well. Domo quite low and finally taking out the point clean sweeps here. We'll see CSC again pop every single ultimate to get that push going.
Yeah, they're really trying to force the issue here, and little does their opponent know, they also have the Eternal Bond very close by from Mudcake there. Hedgian has theirs as well, so they might trade strategy assaults here, but there it is, Eternal Bond online, Mudcake, there it is, activates, and Trinity Titan still got Jeff Time. They popped it, trying to catch anybody they can with it here. Oh, they've got two high priority picks as well, a Strange and the Psylocke. That's going to be dangerous for them, but not really going to be able to do too much more with it at this point. OT Time are still going to be primed up, still going to be trying to give it their best that they can into this one, Tony, but this fight has to end sooner or later. And they're trickling through these KOs. Oh no, Tony, we could be going to game 4. Oh my goodness. And there it is. Game 4 is going to be coming online, Tony. Trinity Titans are back in the driver's seat. This is the best outcome we could hope for.
A huge swing in momentum at the final hurdle. And I was going to say, I have to give credit to Trinity Titans and to Whoopers on this Venom just being an absolute threat here to the side of SCSC again. A well-deserved SVP for Silky Closure, but again, if you're not the one winning the map, it's a feels bad MVP performance for Whoopers, and overall, Trinity Titans able to bounce back after a rough 2 start to this series. They will be able to finally put a map to their board, and wow, we go again.
Yes, we go again, just like SCSC there. So very keen to see what this 4th map is going to look like. Whether Trinity Titans are going to be able to swing it all the way to 5. Whether we'll all go down in history right here, right now. We're going to head to a break while we get it set up, though, everybody. We'll see you soon. Welcome back, everybody, to AEL High School Marble Rivals Term 3, and we are in to game number 4. And it's time for more time for the draft phase. Tony, how we feeling?
Yeah, feeling great. You know, I was going to say, props to Trinity Titans. They swap up a few different things. We put Verexity over towards the Magneto, and definitely has the impact. So we'll lock that one in for game number 4. We'll go to Spider Islands here, Matt, for game number 4, and it should be I was gonna say an interesting one because it's very choke heavy. I feel like a lot of the priority will be on the strategist, right? Whether they can get that cloak and dagger through, whether of course we'll see the Sue as well come through here for the side of Trinity Titans. Jeff Band gonna be drawn out here by the side of SCSC again. So yeah, an interesting one to go for.
Yeah, I can definitely make sense of it, you know, considering the impacts that we have seen on Jeff before. But yeah, that's very interesting to see it coming out the way it did right now. You know, you can tell that they're wide awake into this endeavor, very present, and looking to keep their eyes on the prize, eyes wide open here, Tony, and very excited to see how they will go on the other side of it. As we've got the protect so far, it's going to be protection on Psylocke, Thing, Invis Woman, and Magneto. But last bands are going to be Groot and Luna. So definitely showing a bit of a split focus. You know, obviously the SCSC side are more focused around those vanguards and strategists, whereas the other side, a bit of a mixed bag where focus is lying on the duelists and strategists there.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Too much res getting there. Luna taken away. It was able to play it for the whole time. So, you know, finally a Luna band coming through here from the side of Trinity Titans. Kind of like that little adaptation. He's, of course, going to be probably rocking with the same things that they rocked in the last game. We got to see Domo Res have a lot of impact on this Adam very early on. Of course, swapped over to the Jeff at that final mark and was able to hold it down. For the side of SCSC again, we'll get to see Salant back onto the Thing, because that one made it through the picks and bands.
It did. So, great to see what they were able to do there. And how they were able to achieve at greatness. So look to hold a steady, hold on tight, not ready to say good night. They are going to be straight into this fight, and they've taken the high ground. Looking to see if they can hit the ground running. Whoopers 3 certainly going to be hitting the ground running here, and looking to stall things out for the moment, but the pressure is certainly being elevated moment after moment.
Yeah, some great pressure there onto Whoopers, forcing out the cooldowns and forcing them back for the moment. Salant, with the help of the strategist, staying up and healthy and just swinging fist. That's what you want to see out of your Thing. Fish on a dish as well towards the back line. They are getting Brett's Lord quite low. Has to be quite careful. Ultimates as well. Everybody's starting to pick those ones up. We'll see Salant though. A nice little start there. The KO on towards the back line, on towards the tanks, and again Salant throwing fist.
That's it. Fist of Fury coming in there, and they are going to be looking to do much more with them as well, trying to zone things out, see if they can give it their all into this one. So take it nice and slow, but they're going to have to hit the flow and hit it steady into this one. Just waiting things out. Eternal Bond is online, but it's clobbering time. It's going to be activated by Salant there. Horn of Proteus into the Seer as well. Feast the Abyss onto the back line. We'll be able to take down one of the squids, but that's it. But you know what is coming up? Karmic Revival. Interesting to see that one come through there. They've brought back one of their teammates, and that's really it. They've brought themselves back, so I guess it's finding a little impact, but interesting to see it used at that point in time, eh, Tone?
Yeah, it was, I was going to say maybe a little bit of an unfortunate time. We'll see Eternal Bond across. We'll see Magneto meets your M, hit its mark onto 2. Beautifully played. Silky Closure and Mudcake will be taken out. And Domo as well getting a staggered KO. Verexity finding fish on a dish, and we'll see the Trinity Titans finally able to break through for this push.
finally able to break in, finally able to break free of what this could be, and certainly going to be a big test ahead of them. You know, we've got a minute 39 remaining to stall this one out, to hold it down, and will they be able to achieve that? It's certainly going to be a challenging time, but not an impossible one for that matter. Considering the ult advantage favoring Trinity right now, though, here we go. Bring up big impact. Speaking of impacts, it's going to be Agamotto allowing many a KO through. 2 for the price of 1. And SCSC again are going to be happy with the impact of that.
Yeah, beautiful Horned Proteus from Fish on a dish. Oh, and Silver Closure getting taken out there by Whoopers. So, interesting fight that's still happening right now. But Rixity's still on the cart, trying to get some sort of push going, some sort of push started here. And we'll see. Clobbering time now online here for Salon, who will immediately pop it. We'll be looking for a little bit of something. Again, coming out here from the side of Trinity Titans, they will be able to push on through. We'll have Silky Closure with that butterfly available, so needs to see that one popped quite quickly here for the side of SCSC again.
Yeah, really need to get it done quick as lightning into this one, and you're going to see if they are going to be able to do it. Shots are coming out, big shots down. It is going to be good KO onto the Adam Warlock there, and we're going to see if they can lock a bit more down than just that. Sia is online from too much there. Just trying to slither their way in, keep their team primed up, albeit they didn't stop the checkpoint. They can at least delay the timing right now. Eternal Bond on as well with a Meteor. Can they catch this? They can catch Psylocke, but not the Strategist. So, still making an impact, and that's going to be very important.
Gonna say very interesting thing to go for here. I have Agamotto. The Adam Warlock. Sadomo will be taken, but Rez is online. Sadomo's back up like nothing ever happened. The clobbering time came out. Pretzlord will be able to get healed up here by his strategist, but I was gonna say they need to be very careful. They're fighting a little bit too aggressively towards Trinity spawn. They will have to fall back for the moment.
Fall back for the moment and ready to take another moment with a KO or a few for that matter. So good to see that they managed to take advantage here. Managed to elevate their present. Let's see if they can take a few more steps though. You know, take it easy for the moment as we are flowing our way into the fight. A team up online between Invisible Woman and the thing there. So I don't know where that came from. Speaking of, a Strange going down. Whoopers finding all that they need here. Big KOs coming through and looking for more. Feast of the Abyss does get the damage. No KO coming in just yet. I can't take on the fights alone. Need support of the teammate if they want to zone out a KO here, but it's all working out, at least for the moment. They are on the edge of taking another checkpoint.
And you can still see fighting for the checkpoint though. Karmic Revive will come out from Domo. We'll see Eternal Bond, and we'll see Fish on a Dish as well. Pop that one. Magneto Meteor M not quite finding its mark. And Whipper's still trying to get this strategist pick off here onto Mudcake. It will be another great knock-up from Salons. And we'll be able to hold at this point here for the moment still. Fight is going on. Kraken impact coming out from Tiger Dog, looking for a reset, but I have Agamotto across everybody there. Pretzel with a huge maelstrom, able to stop them at the final mark here, and the time goes low, and we need to see Trinity continue to push.
We do. We need to see that continuity there. We need to see some bigger kind of greatness here, as they are 1.76 meters away. No ults online whatsoever anymore, and they're now starting to fall down. Trinity bringing it up. They desperately want to see a game 5, Tony. They want to go the distance, run the gauntlet here. They want to give it their absolute best into this competition, and I would not expect any less at this stage of the game, Tony. It is going to be moments of greatness, moments of perfection on their way through here.
And we're going to be seeing the change up here. Fisher on Dish going over towards the Iron Man. So trying to play for the skies a little bit higher here. We'll see. Once again, SCSC walking on towards the cart here. The thing just trying to have the impact. Great clobbering time will find Domo. Trinity Titans, they've lost a lot of their upfront healing, so they'll have to fall back. But never mind, Feast of the Abyss here from Whoopers. Finding a KO there onto a crucial target. Fish on a Dish will get taken out. Oh, you have Agamotto too here. Pretzel a little bit too far forward, and that is going to be fight stabilized here, and Trinity Titans will be able to continue to push.
Continue to push, continue to swoosh their way in, and let's see if they can find exactly what they need here as Trinity Titans continue to push up, continue to get the mission vehicle closer and closer. My goodness. Scarlet very keen for a KO there. Will be forced to fall back, but they got close. Dance to the Butterfly. Going to take things even closer, though. Trying their best to zone out something. Will be able to catch one. That's a good KO. In fact, Meteor M, though, could find a few more just like it. Bang! To deliver on a mud cake. More going down as well. They got Karmic Revival to bring them back in these little moments, too. So it should be, you'd think, a smooth path straight through towards the mission area there. But all can change. All can be tested. And here's the reality erasure. Oh my! Cancelled out. It didn't get anything.
Didn't get anything at all. Boundary comes out. Clobbering time here from the Thing. And they're just trying to find these KOs right now, but it's still the side of Trinity Titans fighting him back there. Tiger Dog and Feast of the Abyss from Whoopers. It is going to be all three this time pushed by the Trinity Titans.
That it is. Hands in the air like they just don't care. They're going to be happy with that one, Tony, and having the best time that they can. We'll see if SCSC again are going to be able to bring it back again, or whether this could go towards a full reverse sweep here. As Trinity Titans have had a very confident start into this fourth map, and there's more where that came from, Tony. There's more to get done. More to be delivered here. And I can't wait to see how they navigate these waters.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Of course, cap with no time, so the best case scenario for SCSC again, right, is the full push and with time. And of course, we'll go to another round here, but thinking about changing up a few things. Will be Silky Closure now, potentially on towards the Magneto. Would have thought with all of the play from, you know, priority from Fish on a Dish with these team-ups, could see a Hulk come through here from Pretzel, but gonna be rocking with the Strange once again. Needs a little bit more of a backing here on terms of the Vanguard, so another shield Vanguard coming into play here, and we'll see Trinity Titans now for the hold. A walkout here. Silky Closure just trying to find some initial damage, get the ultimate charged up early, get that Magneto Meteor M out as soon as possible.
Yeah, got to get something out, got to get something through. We'll see if they can lock it in, lock it down here. So they are sticking it back at least for a moment longer, looking to just take it nice and steady. Eyes front and center, and they're ready to go, but they need to amp things up and take it a little bit further. They want to garner some more impact towards the end. Still, it's great that they've been able to take control of the mission vehicle early here. You know, they can really swing the attention into their favor. Getting that KO onto the strategist as well just really keeps the path open for them. Like, you see how far back Trinity are forced here.
Pushed all the way back up the stairs. And of course, a lot of damage being dished down here. Feast of the Abyss out of Whoopers. Is available and will be popped there. Doesn't quite find its mark, and this Boundary coming out as well as the Seer. We'll be seeing still the fight ensuing. Just a lot of KOs not quite happening just yet here from either side.
Not going to be going down, not going to be happening at all, and ready to rise up. Ready to take this down. Eternal Bond online could be a good way to shove the mission vehicle, but Karmic Revival online, Meteor M, it goes to show they're really trying to disrupt the flow. Boom! From downtown, Mudcake is out, but they're trading KOs here. Bucky's back though. Great to see the impact of the atoms. So, Trinity Titans take advantage here and look to distribute so much more. Let's see what else is going to be in store onto this one, Tony. What else they are going to be able to bring, as it's just so much to do. So many places to be.
I have to give credit. Whoopers on this. Venom has been an absolute threat. Visible boundary will be popped here by the side of SCSC again, just to stabilize here. I was going to say, just of all the upfront potential here from Whoopers. Invisible boundary as well out of Trinity Titans. We'll see Magneto, Meteor M not quite hit its mark. Eternal Bond as well from Hedgion. Everybody staying healthy. Trinity Titans holding this stairway quite convincingly as well. I was going to say, just Whoopers popping in and out, being able to stay alive. Will be taken out though by Silky Closure. We'll see Ayabagamotto onto 4. Big pop there from Pretzel Lord. And that's the fight that the side of SCSC are after.
And so it is. The exact fight they needed there. They have to hold steady, have to hold tight onto this one, give it their best, rise up to the occasion, and it's going to be SCSC again to find control of the mission vehicle here, looking to stroll on through as Adam will be shut down. So already a really good start for SCSC there. You know, they can have one less player to worry about, and they can really look to take this one leaps and bounds beyond. But if they can catch anyone else off guard, they may be able to take even deeper control here as they look to stroll things back into action.
We'll look to see it stroll back in. It is going to be a great fight here. Pick up KOs coming across the line with crack and impact out of Tiger Dog. And, well, for CSC again, they're a little bit scattered in their approach. Another KO there for Tiger Dog, making a triple. And for the side of Trinity Titans, they'll stabilize once again.
That they will, Tony. Full stability, full tranquility is going to be online to Marble Rivals Paradise. And we are going to be seeing more where that came from, with the power of the squids, the power of Namor. Horner Proteus could be opening the doors for this one. Fish on a dish, all eyes front and center. Look at that spear gearing up for the KO. Meteor online as well. It's shielded. Wow, really well played there. I love the impact of that.
Yeah, great shield from Fish on a dish. Meteor coming out as well from Silky Closure. Doesn't quite hit where they want it, but still. Mission vehicle being stopped for the moment. Fish on a dish here towards the backlines, just trying to pick off something. But they're giving him nothing. We'll have to fall back to the safety of the strategist. Invisible boundary popped here by too much Riz. We'll see invisible boundary popped as well by the side of Trinity Titans. So trading boundaries here. Trinity Titans are happy to go for that.
Happy to go for it. Happy to give it their absolute best. Agamotto online now. Good to displace some of those players, and they will be able to catch a KO through. Traded out, however, going to be unfortunate, and they're brought right back. A shout out to the BRB beacon, and there's more to be done.
More to be done. They still haven't gotten around this statue point for the moment. Trinity Titans just kind of holding them where they stand. Silky Closure does suspect the Venom on top of them for the moment. Just a ton of healing coming out here as well from the strategist. We did see the Cracked Impact pop. Doesn't quite hit its mark. Eternal Bond now online here for Mudcake. They can look to walk up with that one. They need to take some space, and rightfully so. There's the Eternal Bond.
There it is. On a line, ready to go. They're amped up here and are looking to fight their way through. Ooh, big spear. There it goes. KO coming out on to the Winter Soldier now. Looking to boulder past even more. Going to be able to pop into the bowl for a sec, get a bit of invulnerability, and see if they can fall back towards their team. They need to work together here. Cannot afford any losses at this point. But we're getting closer and closer towards KO Town, Tony. closer and closer towards a potential map 5. And will they be able to lock it down? That is going to be tested right here, right now, as we gear on up, gear on in, and they're still looking to give it their absolute best.
Seer was, I guess, good at keeping Whoopers at bay for the moment. Eternal Bond will come out from Headshot. We'll see Meteor M from Silky not quite on its mark once again. And now we see this is an important fight right now for CSC again. Order Proteus on top of the card there from Fish on a Dish. Will be able to collect for 2. Domo will be able to res them back up with the Karmic Revival. We can see that both teams are scattered for the approach. I have Agamotto up on top of where they resed. And still the fight ensues here. SCSC again aren't going down without a fight.
No, they are not, and we are going to see the Feast of the Abyss come online with the Kraken impact there on support, and looking to give a bit more through from there, but that is going to be that. We press play, walk away, and they take another game today, so it's going to be Game 5 coming to you live very, very soon. Tony, did you expect the series to play out like this?
Absolutely not. MVP once again for Whoopers on this Venom. And all 5 for this one. Matt, well-deserved bounce back here for Trinity Titans. And SCSC, how the mighty have fallen, right? I was going to say, it just looks so dominant for them in those first 2, but it's been a little bit more chaotic towards the 3rd. The 4th was just a little bit more dominant out of the Trinity Titans. And what a series.
Agreed, Tony, agreed. Really great series coming through, really competitive stuff. Very impressed with the Titans. The fact they've been able to swing it back as favorably as they had, just as so well played by them. You know, they've definitely done a great job, and I can't wait to see what else they're going to be able to achieve. You know, their limits are being tested, and it feels like they're unlimited in that respect. So really well composed, really well played. But while we get the 5th and final map set up for this first best of 5 series, we are going to head to a short break. Welcome back to the Hall of Jalia. It's time for our 5th and final map of our first series of the day on the Hall of Jalia. And it's time for our draft phase here. Picks bands are coming at you. Magic is gone, Emma is gone, but who will stay? Tony, who is it going to be?
It's a pretty important question right now, because bans are probably very important. The way Trinity Titans have been playing, I definitely feel like we'd see a Venom draw here out of the side of SCSC again. But I was going to say, Magic being taken away out of Warlock. It was, I was going to say, probably very pivotal in that last one. for the likes of Trinity Titans. They'll be taking away the fantastic what to SCSC again. Opt to go for here. Yeah, Venom taken away from Whoopers this time around. It's been a absolute threat here, to say the least, here from the side of Trinity Titans. But Matt, what? Expecting what else do we see?
We see TwoTapTony. No, we do see another pick locked in. It's Doctor Strange. Definitely been a pretty high impact hero, I'd say, pretty much all throughout the series, you know, and I think probably throughout forever, to be honest, considering the impact of the Eye of Agamotto there, as well as the portals. It just makes so much sense. But there'll be more where that came from. There'll be more on the horizon as 2 more bands await us. 2 more bands are ready to go, and Lunar Snow will go Say No More.
Yeah, Lunar Snow taking away Bucky, yeah. The final band here. Pretzel Lord back to the Strange, and I was gonna say, surprised that Trinity Titans didn't opt to target that one in terms of the bans. I was gonna say, because that's all Pretzel Lord's been playing so far this series, so you know, high prior to different picks here, it would seem. And Woofers, he wants to bring the Angela back, Matt, but it didn't quite have the success he probably would have liked. It will be the lock-in, but still, of course, would be taken away at the moment.
Yeah, and I guess it just goes to show, you know, sometimes you can make... Oh, there it is. There's Angela. So sometimes I think they can make it work really well. Like, I'm curious if teams will opt to play into the Thor team up, you know, and it ultimately on its own, it still is great. Like, they've got the Heaven's Retribution that they can rely upon, you know, explaining into that a bit, because obviously character came out yesterday, so, you know, not everyone might know, is with the Heaven's Retribution ultimate on Angela, you do throw a spear down, and then upon impact, it's going to bind your enemies to the spear, more or less. And so that allows Angela to leap to the location and damage surrounding enemies by creating a bit of an AOE attack, or Divine Judgment Zone is the official terminology there. So great to see on paper the impact of that one, but in practice, it's okay. Oh, and you can actually shoot down the spear as well to try and get out of that binding zone, but it does take a bit of time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, one unsung thing of Whoopers on this Angela, I was gonna say, is kind of brings the same presence that the Venom did, but a little bit weaker. I was gonna say, you're not outputting as much damage there as Verixity. We'll be able to find the first KO. We'll see Trinity Titans now try to walk up and cap this point. Too much Riz. Maybe on that Jeff, keeping everybody healthy there with Mudcake as well. Too much Riz actually able to find a KO there in the back.
Yeah, going to be able to get a KO around the back and looking to see if they can pop through with a bit of a counter attack as well, Tony, as they just stick it out. Trying to get the blinding through there. Not going to be able to capture just yet, but they will capture a swift little KO. So goodbye to Adam, but Adam's back in the cocoon and back online.
Back online for the moment, and this point is getting very staggered out in terms of the capture coming through. Whoopers on towards the back there, just trying to stop these strategists from doing anything for their team, but you'll be seeing Karmic Revival here for Dome Mode. Jeff Time coming through there. We'll be able to swallow up the Sue. We'll see a lot more of the ultimates now coming into play. Orality Erasure coming out. We'll be able to find Verixity. Of course, all the ultimates apart from Trinity Titans didn't quite find their mark. There's also the fish on a dish, trying to dish out some more damage here.
Try and dish out more damage, try and dish out more destruction here, Tony, and there's going to be more where that came from. You know, there's going to be so much more to tap into, so much more to lock in with, but let's see what they can manage out of it, as heals are going to be at an all-time high here, looking to see what they can do, looking to see where they can go, as the invisible boundary will come up now. Bluvo needs to hold on steady. Maelstrom popped as well, trying to get that damage across the line. And here it is. Hagamoto online there, not catching really as much as they'd hoped for, but still, you know, they got to dish out all the tools in the toolkit there.
And everybody's staying healthy here for the side of SCSC. Again, we'll see some more KOs come their board. Fish on a dish and Silky Closure able to find those ones. Props to the strategists out of the side of SCSC again. Just when these fights are getting a little bit scrappy, when everybody's getting scattered, too much Riz and Mudcake been able to keep the team healthy for the moment. Silky Closure, I was gonna say, yeah, just poking at a distance with the help of too much Riz.
Yeah, just poking and prodding them down slowly, but certainly here, Tony. But Portal up top, this is great. Establishing that high ground is really going to help them here. Putting the egg straight onto the mission area. See ya online. This is a great way to react to them as well. Penny's already been nullified entirely. They're just shutting them down piece by piece. So this could be a very solid defense coming through, unless the Titans can find a last-ditch effort. Karmic Revival. Oh my goodness. Here it is, Tony. This is actually huge coming through from them there.
A huge Karmic Revival coming out here. We'll be seeing Jeff Time as well swallow up a few members, and we'll see the Trinity Titans try to make their final last-ditch effort. Silent was spit off there. Silky Closure dance to the butterfly towards the back end of things. Eye of Agamotto actually stopped by Whoopers there on the penny. And this is now a reality erasure potentially for Fish on a dish coming out and going absolutely huge. Overtime will tick down, and Trinity Titans will be given no percentage.
And that it will. What an incredible hold there, Tony. Where was this in the last few games? I just can't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm lost for words after that hold. Like, I feel like the last two games was a bit of a wake-up call here, but I mean, it's not all set in stone yet, Tone, because they still have to take the mission area themselves. It's not over yet.
Potential for a game. Another game is on the lines here. I was going to say, I believe there is that potential that SCSC, again, don't cap the point at all, and we'll see a draw on this map. But, of course, eyes on the prize here. They're going to lock it in. They held so well. They just need to push a slight percentage here. I believe they have to go to halfway to cap the mission area, and we'll see some change-ups here. Bluevo to the Loki. We'll see Tiger Dog now on towards the Captain America, and Whoopers as well going to be rocking the Scarlet. So Trinity Titans once again changing up the composition because it hasn't seemed to work for them.
No, it hasn't seemed to work for them whatsoever, and eager to see what they can achieve into this one. How they are going to be able to flow this one together as they stick it out. Take it slow, take it steady. But now it's time to get ready. I like the change up onto the cap though, Tone. That's definitely a great one to try and zone things out. But, you know, one change I think I would have made in this instance for Trinity Titans is honestly to play into a triple Vanguard setup here.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the triple Vanguard probably would allow them more frontline presence. Silky Closure up on the high ground there, but of course the keystones from the Loki keeping everybody healthy and alive for the moment. We'll see no KOs, though actually the Maelstrom will be able to find Domo. We'll see Pretzel Lord and the rest of the SCSC against side look to try and find this final fight that they need to finish this game off.
And let's see if they can finish it off right now, Mr. Tony. They're getting close to it. They just need a one tick on it to the mission area here. And they're already forcing it off. Oh, look how close it is, Tony. Ooh. They're wholly on for dear life here, but that's going to be that. SCSC, again, do it again. They won the first two. They lost the next two, but they pulled through for the fifth one there. They run it back. And wow, Tony, what a series that was. I can't believe what we've just witnessed here today. Look at that. Too much going to be getting too much power with that MVP there. Just love to see it. My goodness. Crazy to think about when this costume came out for Jeff. You know, we're almost back in December again, Tony.
Yeah.
Time is flying with Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, it's season 4, and we're all the way into the swing of things. But props to SCSC again. They're able to put it across the line, taking home the best of 5. But props to Trinity Titans, Matt. It's well deserved for them as well because they made SCSC work for it. We went all 5 maps, and just when you thought Trinity Titans are now back on the upward swing, we saw the answer. We saw the Jeff come out, and I was going to say well-deserved MVP there for Too Much Riz. But overall, the team didn't fall all too much. I believe only 2 eliminations overall for their board, and well, that's what it takes to get it across the line.
Yeah, that's right. Only 3 elims for that team there. You know, only Strange, Loki, and Jeff really making an impact. So unfortunate for the Titans, but going to be great for SCSC there, and a big props to them for taking away victory. While we set things up for the rest of the broadcast, yes, there's still more. We are going to be heading to a short break. We'll see you soon. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for AEL High School Term 3 Marvel Rivals. Mattse and TwoTapTony going to be bringing you the next step of our Marvel Rivals action. It's BSDE Infinity Stones, zoning it in with KGSC. Marvel Rivals Team 1 there, and this is going to be the Division 1 Grand Final!
Woo! We've had a long day, Matt, and I was going to say we'll get into the swing of things, pick some bands here for KGSC and Brisbane. It's going to be an interesting one because we've seen a lot of diversity here from Brisbane in terms of what they like to play. I was going to say, I was speaking to Formal last week, and it was a lot of praise to Brisbane's way. But of course, KGSC, they're no slouches themselves, and we'll immediately see Groot take it out of the picture. Black Panther as well here for the side of KGSC. So some interesting priorities on bans so far here for both these teams.
Ooh, definitely some big priorities on bands there. Definitely, feeling hungry for a great game. And, you're not you when you're feeling that way, Tony. But you got to get underway into this one. And yeah, I can understand the priority around the Black Panther ban, especially with the new update into this season, having that little bubble when they play into the Hulk team up with Namor there. Definitely really solid, honestly. But Groot being banned out, I feel is more a targeted endeavor. Like, Groot definitely can have great impact, especially with, like, the Strangling Prison. Like, just picture this, right? You've got something like your Angela. You play in to Heaven's Retribution there, then you got a Strangling Prison as well. You can basically just lock down an entire team, Tony. You can do that over and over again, but then picture this again, Squirrel Girl into that team up, playing in with something like a Scarlet or an Iron Man, and maybe a Luna and a Mantis, and it's just CC hell.
Yeah, a lot of stuns, a lot of vulnerabilities there. Obviously, Jeff lock in, Cloak and Dagger lock in here for Brisbane. So interesting to see, Prio goes different ways. Penny, of course, locked in. Strange being taken away for Squeakers, I believe. We saw Squeakers play that one pretty convincingly last week here for the side of Brisbane. But final ban here for Brisbane's board. What do they take away? It will be the Storm, because yes, it's well played a crazy Storm last week. So a lot of priority towards the bans here, and we'll see the picks come in for Diva. McFry's thinking about the Luna that's still online. Squeakers goes straight to the Magneto at all high. Again, allowed to play the Emma, so curious to see how that goes for the side of KGSC, though. A lot of different things being thought about. Ericana onto the Scarlet, potentially. We saw Joe lock in that Namor for a second, but he's thinking about it differently here as we'll go into it. First map here of this grand final for Division 1. This one's sure to deliver, Matt, because I was going to say both these teams, I was speaking of Formal last week, very much hotly contested. I was going to say Brisbane have been looking absolutely stellar throughout the season. The same with KGSC, though.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. They've definitely done a great job so far. They've really been able to lock in, get locked and loaded into this one, Tone, and very excited for what else they are going to be able to achieve into this one too. I think that they're going to be able to heave their way through it. They're going to really power things up. But, speaking of powering things up, we are seeing already part of the Gamma Squid team up, albeit there's no Black Panther, but there is Namor, there is Hulk, the OGs into that team up, and they are looking to show the power of those squids, looking to see if they can power their way through. But that's not the only thing you got to worry about. It's the attack of the clones with Magneto and Emma Frost. And they are looking to get this one online, looking to see who will be able to find the best. But who gets the best? The Eats from Jeff Time. And we'll see how those go when we get into it. But already, it's immobilization coming out from Penny Parker.
Yeah, mobilization from Penny. Jeff keeping everybody healthy for the moment. I was going to say, Zicha on towards that Ultron is an interesting thing. The triple strategist coming out here from Brisbane, as we'll see them take up space on the point here. Squeakers with this Magneto, good bubble there onto AEL High, keeping them healthy for the moment. We'll see just bad luck. Frutal was able to take out Jetto in the process. So, you're going to be seeing just bad luck, just trying to keep everybody healthy for the moment. But Brisbane have won this fight out with an early KO to their board. They have popped the Hulk out of Hulk mode. And AEL High will be able to take out, yes, it's Will. Jeff time comes through, but Dragon Fury doesn't find anything. Steve McFries will pick it up. KO's going Brisbane's board, and the percentage now starts to build.
Starting to build up on the domination map here and see if they can take further strides in a positive direction here, Mr. TwoTapTony. See if they are going to be able to find further greatness. Rage of Ultron is online. Going to be one of the most powerful strategist ultimates, but I mean, one and the same. It's every single ultimate almost online for the Infinity Stones. Here we go. Rage of Ultron coming out right now. We're going to bump up that damage, bump up the volume, and the web comes out. Auto Proteus online for Jetta there. And they get the cheddar. KO coming through onto Squeakers.
And that Fate of Both Worlds coming up from Steven McFries to try to keep everybody online here. We'll see Fruta with the end song Inferno. Not quite find its mark here, and Birdie needs to be a little bit careful. Eternal Bond is up if they do get low. Great stun there onto the Hulk, but will go in towards the ultimate Giant Hulk mode, and they need to be careful for Brisbane. They scatter a little bit. Eternal Bond around the point to keep them healthy. We'll see, yes, it's Will. Grab onto a crucial target there. Frutal is stunned up for the moment. Psionic Seduction here from AEL High to try and get them in terms of a healthy situation, but nobody going to be taken out. It's Jetto still finding these KOs.
Still finding the KOs, still finding the potential here, and very eager to see if they can tap in more from there. KGSC are going to be able to get on a track into the mission area eventually, though. They will be able to find their footing here, and definitely excited to see what else they can catch. It's Hulk Smash online here, or rather Hulk going into the big form, so very eager to see how they will fare, how they will achieve the rest of this course of action. As the Infinity Stones do have the Meteor online pretty close to the Rage of Ultron, but Ultron gonna go bye-bye, so might not be able to get back onto the mission area just yet, because KGSC are just farming up KOs right now.
Yeah, ultimates as well, staying basically almost up for most of the KGSC side. We'll see Ericana now with the Orality Erasure. Frutal will be able to find Jetto, though a little bit overextended. Will as well is up in the fray. Needs the strategist to top him up for the moment, but will be popped there. Beautiful Orality Erasure there from Ericana. Doesn't quite hit its mark. And now we'll see KGSC scatter back to the point. BSD are now on the front facing forward.
Yeah, putting the front foot forward and ready to garner more attention here, Tone. But we'll see how they zone them out as they jump through into the next sector. Ooh, big damage bouncing over the top here. We're going to get a more through into it as well, and they will be able to spill ahead eventually. So, solid positioning coming out from our rosters into this one. A solid hold. And it does work out for the Infinity Stones in the end there, but are KGSC going to be able to get back on track in time? No, they will not. First point is done.
First point done. I was going to say, and Song Inferno could have came out from Frutal if it was all hands on deck. I was going to say, interesting as well that they won out that fight for BSDE. The Meteor missed from Squeakers on the back end of things, so you know, not even needing that Meteor to hit its mark to feel the impact here. The KGSC, that was a good bounce back from them, Matt. I was going to say, after we thought, you know, Brisbane, one of the heavier favorites in the competition, were looking in controlling form. KGSC were able to capture the percentage back in as well, dagger them out for a little bit in terms of getting them back on towards the point. We'll see maybe some change-ups in the composition. Potentially think about the Thor and Wolverine now here.
Yeah, I think they're going to be thinking deeply whether they want to play into something like that. Ooh, Wolverine's gone though, Tony. They bring out your favorite Star-Lord online here. Very excited to see how that one will play out for them. You know, I've seen a lot of great Star-Lord players, mostly out of the Asian region, to be honest. Like, throughout the official competition there have been some really great Star-Lord players, but curious how our region stacks up. As Jetto is going to be looking to give it their best right now. See if they can find it. Ensong Inferno from a Frutal will come out there, but not really getting too much from it. They will get more thereafter, though. Big damage already pumped up here, and they are not letting up. Jeff time, though. Uh-oh. Here we go.
Jeff time out of Dragon Fury. Jetto as well, finding some crucial picks, as we'll see. I believe that is Birdie. All the way fit towards the back line. Birdie here now. The Jeff Dragon Fury in a little bit of a discrepancy. Arikana will be able to turn around and help out. KGSC will be able to cap the point there just off the staggered KOs there. It started so well for the Infinity Stones. Frutal was able to find that first two with the Ensong Inferno, but KGSC now Star-Lord gonna see what they can do here.
Looking to see what they can do, looking to see where they are going to go as... Ooh, good little stoppage for a moment there. Shield coming up as well, so going to yield some decent results. Galactic Legend now going to be coming out, though, trying to track down the Ultron. They are going to be abusing cover, however, and the Psionic Seduction takes it offline. That's great to see. Jetto, see you later, but we are going to see the Reality Erasure coming out. Boom! It's 3 KOs chiming in here, and they're looking for even more. Oh, that damage is grand. It's fantastic, even. The quad KO, and they start the show off on the right foot.
Yeah, that's how you want to start KGSC. Beautiful triple KO from Arikana there with Reality Erasure. As we'll see now, Infinity Stones, they're fighting for it. Here's going to be Ensong Inferno to start off this fight here. Frutal looking for the explosion there onto the first. Dragon Fury taken out by Squeakers, but immediately traded back here by the side of KGSC. It's another from Arikana finding those KOs here for the likes of KGSC. Infinity Stones, once again, it's another KO falls their way. They're staggered and they're falling back once again. Fate of both worlds for Diva McFries to try and get them onto the point, because the percentage is almost capped here for KGSC.
Yeah, percentage almost going to be capped through there. Almost going to be able to do more with it. OT timer coming online as well with KGSC. Holding on. Got a Thunder will bump out though. Double KO online. Squeakers trying their best to keep this one alive. Keep this one going. But we are going to run it back towards a third point. So Krakoa is going all the way, Tony. We're going to the carousel. And it seems like we are just going to have a day of thrilling games, close, competitive, and I absolutely love it, Tony. These are the best kinds of games you want. Neck and neck all the way through, 5 mappers. Love to see it, Tony.
Yeah, love to see it. Close affair for both of these teams in our grand final here for Division 1. And I'm just going to say neck and neck still here for this first map of domination. We're going to be seeing the potential change up. It's going to be Squeakers now to the Duelist, rocking with an more Frutal. I believe for the first time in what feels like ages, going to be onto the Vanguards. And, well, Hulk is their choice here for this one. KGSC. Some great adaptation. I'm going to say Jetto on this the Star-Lord 2 with the Galactic Legend up for this point. It's going to be crucial here. BSDE are going to have to be more cautious on their approach, because this could snowball very quickly once again for KGSC.
Certainly could a snowball once again here, and very eager to see what else they are going to be able to do with it, as the opening KO going into their favor. They're looking for even more than just that. Oh, here we go. Looking to get more and more damage over the top there. KGSC slowly but certainly push their way in, and will find that early impact. So mission area now going in their favor. And they are looking to give so much more.
Yeah, so much more. Early percentage. Not having to burn any of the ultimates here, though. So we'll see KGSC. I have to give them credit as well, knowing when to disengage from these fights, not staggering into some of them. We'll see Rage of Ultron out of here from Zeecha. I was going to say, just to walk up to the point here, we'll see Galactic Legend, we'll see Jeff Time as well, swallow up to Galactic Legend running around. Silenced, though, with the Psionic Seduction from AEL High. We'll be able to find out Ericana low and take it out of the picture. We'll see Frutal try and bounce on towards the point with the Hulk. We'll take the teleporter to safety here as BSDE are sent packing once again.
Yes, they are, Mr. Tony. Sent packing away and looking to stack it up today. So, let's see what else they are going to be able to do here. What else they are looking to achieve as they heave their way forward. The damage pumping up once again. Pump up the volume, and they're looking to see if they can press their way over towards the mission area right now. Shield's still going to be online, though. Definitely holding their ground with that Emma Frost, but Squeaker's going down. Hulk Smash online. Here we go. Looking to get a bit more through. See if they can manage to take something more from it. There it is. Frutal does find the strategist there. Exactly what they need. They got the World Breaker online too if they need it, but it ain't going to happen. They're now getting focused down. They're in a bit of trouble. They need their teammates, and they're back down to Bruce form. See you later. You can't do it all on your own. Frutal is zoned out, and that's KGSC finding their final stand. And that's going to be that time. Map 1, over and out on Krakoa.
Yeah, a fraction of a centimeter there from David McFries with the fade of both worlds to get onto the point, but props to KGSC. They do it as a team, they'll get it done. Changing up a few different compositions. And again, checking out the MVP Jetto on the Star-Lord. Definitely deserved, right? You know, we saw the Namor not quite have the impact that KGSC probably would have liked, and they make some adaptations on the fly. Beautiful played there by the Star-Lord. Overall, the team played well from the side of KGSC. And, well, unfortunately there for BSDE, down a map early on.
Yeah, down a map early on. You know, they came into the series looking really confident, really strong even, but then it all just slipped away. Like, the adaptation coming out from KGSC was really impressive. I loved to see the different heroes they looked to rely upon there. It was super solid, honestly. Like, seeing the Star-Lord actually get played super duper well definitely gives me confidence, you know, that there's improvements that are being made. You know, they're definitely locked and loaded into that. So, great to see them pull that through there, and very excited to see what map number 2 looks like on the other side of this. We are back into game number 2 of AEL High School Marble Rivals Term 3 into our Division 1 Grand Final, and BSDE Infinity Stones have started off on the short end of the stick here. It's time for KGSC Marble Rivals Team 1 there to start off on a high. They are going to be taking the first map, but we're on to the second one now, Tony. It's Yggdrasil Path Convoy time, and bands are already locked in. No Penny, no BP, but yes to the Torch.
Yeah, the Torch lock for Frutal wants to play into the comfort a little bit more. Groot going to be locked in here for KGSC, so they'll trade Prayo on the picks here. Zicha, though, won't be able to play the Ultron this time around, so you know, a lot of different things for Yggdrasil Path here. As, of course, we'll wait to see as well what BSDE want priority, because we did see Cloak and Dagger come through as one of their prior picks last time around, but you know, might be let through this time if KGSC are feeling generous. And now they'll wait out the full time. At All High going to be able to lock the Emma Frost in on the side of BSDE.
See if they are going to be able to get it done now, Mr. TwoTapTony, as they lock it down. And what else is locked down? It's strange, but Star-Lord, ooh, gonna go bye-byes. Makes sense. And you know what? Immediately, Jetto tried to go for the Star-Lord. Well, not happening. There's no Star-Lord. It's banned. So, unlucky. But what is lucky is we get to see Frutal's Torch. We've seen Frutal's Torch a lot throughout the season, haven't we, Tone? And it's been pretty crazy. We even saw Frutal on the Blade one week, you know? I think Frutal's a very multifaceted player, and I'm just keen to see what they are going to be able to do coming into this one, Tony. It's time to get pumped up. It's time to get ready to rumble here. This is going to be an amazing game, and let's get on into it. Let's get prepared as both teams look to face off before the gates open, before things all come into the mix here. But you know what I notice most of all, Tony? I noticed that we have a Storm online.
Yeah, that is that's gonna be a fun one, especially with the Torch there. Could it be the potential of quite a devastating blow from the skies here from KGSC? And well, I was gonna say as well, we saw last week the power of that Storm and why BSD well opted for the ban in the last one. There's already Torch on Torch action, Jetto and Frutal. Back and forth blows, trading flames a little bit here.
Yeah, just going to be going fire to fire there, aren't they? Trying to see which one will burn brighter, but no one going to be cut off just yet. I'm still going to be holding firmly onto this one. Frutal going to be taken down nice and early though. So KGSC garner some attention into this one and look to push this one up. Jetto getting all the KOs through. Okay, I see you. That is major, and they've still got a Vanguard up the back, but I love that stagger. That's so big, taking out the Magneto at the end there as well. Both Vanguards are delayed, so this should be a pretty easy, just little patrol or little escort over the first point there.
Yeah, nobody able to swap with the Strange there to stagger out the cap. So we'll see KGSC with 5 minutes now on the clock to push on through. And yeah, I was going to say, great KOs there, some great picks from Jetto. So starting to charge up the Supernova and is thinking about it, will pop it immediately. Immediate impact felt with that Supernova onto Diva. McFry is looking for squeakers too. We'll be able to get it on the fadeaway. Jetto picking up another as well onto At All High.
Yeah, looking to really give it their all here. Looking to see what they can do. As they are going to be stalling their way back in towards the mission area here. Looking to wait things out. Battle Recon Beacon online. So that's going to be positive for the Infinity Stones. But there's still more they need to play into. You know, they need to try and stop this mission vehicle. Otherwise, that's a free second point tone. And here they come.
Here they come, Frutal. Start off the charge. Shadow being slippery. Seer comes out. KGSC, and we'll see them try to fight for this capture at the final mark, but Diva McFry's keeping everybody online. Frutal will find Jetto. Dishing out a lot more damage, able to find as well the Thor in midair. KGSC will be sent packing for the moment. Great stabilizing fight there from BSDE.
Yeah, really solid way to work this one through, Tone. And Brutal now going to be shut down as well. So decent start coming in there, and very eager to see what else they can do. Yeah, Strangling Prison coming out. KOs all day long. They zone out 3 and are looking to break through with more. KGSC are fired up into this one, and the Infinity Stones got nowhere to run.
They got nowhere to hide here. More percentage, more time for KGSC, and they'll probably stagger out some of these KOs. Jetto able to pick one up onto Zcha. I was gonna say, just feeling the hurt of a slow start potentially here for BSDE. You know, normally we see them kind of come alive a bit. Frutal starts to find those initial picks that make BSDE such a fearsome team. But I was gonna say, KGSC fighting fire with fire. Brutal, of course, Supernova online. The dunk is coming through. Yeah, it's going to be Thor on the back, finding 2. Ericana as well with the BRB beacon keeps Dragon Fury up at all high. Will pop the Psionic Seduction. But it's not going to do a whole lot because the rest of the Infinity Stones aren't there to help.
No, they aren't able to all be assembled into the gauntlet there, so the world is safe, at least for the moment. But we'll see if they are going to be able to snap back into reality there. Fierce KO coming through from Jetto. Birdie back online with a Battle Recon beacon there, looking for a bit more over the side as well. See if they can fire strike their way through and give more and more. They're getting hunted down by just bad luck at the moment. And here we go. See ya online. Supernova, Fate of Both Worlds, and Eternal Bond. I think both of those strategist ultimates were activated at the same time, weren't they, Tony? So that could come back to bite the Infinity Stones.
And Will, thinking about the Omega Hurricane there for a second, will be taken by Frutal. Well, finds 4 KOs there in that fight, I believe, to send KGSC back to their spawn for the moment. They'll be back up and ready to fight for it. Strangling Prison as well online for the group, so this is going to be a crucial one. Omega Hurricane going to come out here quickly from the side of KGSC. They'll look to push on through, and there is nothing to keep them healthy. Diva McFry's, and of course Rocket take it out in the process as well. Jetto will be able to find Birdie. Frutal retreats back to the spawn. Got a thunder here from Squeakers to try and stall for it, but there is everybody offline here for BSDE and everybody here for the side of KGSC. They'll look to stagger out these KOs. So Frutal able to find Will in the process, running around the card for the moment, trying to stay afloat. BSDE are just struggling to get back on, and it's going to be another pick. Jetto, strategists are able to get on, but of course at what cost? KGSC still staggering out these fights. Ton of damage being dished out by the torch. It will be Locrax on the route. Squeak is down to the Wolverine of all things to try and stall, but it's going to be God of Thunder. Double KO. KGSC will be able to fully cap at 3.
Very well played there. They push the full distance and will be able to track along super duper well. So, spelling greatness ahead for them, but there could be more where that came from, Tony. And very eager to see what else they are going to be able to do with this power, with this momentum here. They are sticking it back, but speaking of sticking it back, there's more to get on track. There's more to launch this attack here, Tony, as we are going to be swinging in to the side switch here. See if BSDE is going to be able to activate like they have once before, or whether KGSC are just going to be able to isolate them out. It's definitely been a harsh endeavor ahead of them. You know, they've definitely had a difficult run, but we'll see exactly which way they want to go.
It's
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
on the downward spiral, it feels, for BSD right now. Just feels like not a lot going their way. So we'll see some change-ups here. Triple strategist coming out. Zicha on towards the suit. See Diva McFry's Birdie still rocking with what they know best. Squeakers, Wolverine, Adol High, Emma Frost and Fruital still on the torch. But for the likes of KGSC. I feel like got a little bit of a better comp as well to hold around this choke end. Of course, not with the penny, but Brute and Thor, very good at that kind of pick style of composition that you normally see with the penny. Once again, Battle of the Sky, Squeakers flying on through, trying to get a kidnap. We'll have to fall back, taking such a punishment of upfront damage there from the side of KGSC.
Yeah, upfront damage all going to be good there, and definitely eager to see what else they are going to be able to do here. As they stick it back a second longer into this one, and certainly eager to see what else they are going to be able to do right now as they hit it back 1 second longer, and it's going to be Thor on line again. Squeaker's going down though, so big damage once again. Fruital forced into the back line. Let's see what else they are going to be able to do, and more will be on track.
Just bad luck with the Thor just being a menace up in the face. The pick potential as well, of course, with the Groot walls that are put up. KGSC, they hold this corner for a little bit longer, and of course BSD still no adaptations, right? Normally you see them change up the composition again, but it's not going all too well. You see Dragon Fury pick off Squeakers. Will still trying to fight this fight. Diva Fries, though, will be able to take out Lookrak, so the Groot is down, and this is a time for BSD to push. BRB Beacon will bring Will back to the mix. Jetto, they do have that Supernova available. Will is taking a ton of damage. Fruital from the skies. Supernova out from Jetto. And here comes the Fighter Tornadoes.
Yeah, Supernova online there, bringing up all the damage that they can. And looking to see where else they are going to be able to take this one. But here we go. It's another Supernova. Breaking down the Seer there, looking to see if they can amplify their own damage. Soul Resurgence coming out from Dragon's Fury. Strangling Prison. Going to be online as well with the God of Thunder. And they are looking to bring all the power that they can here, Tony. The Infinity Stones are getting zoned out one after the other, piece by piece here.
A great fight there. Just when you thought that was the one that BSC were finally able to push. Doesn't seem very likely. A Mega Hurricane online here for its Will. Will be actually caught out there by the Wolverine. Great kidnap potential there from Squeakers. Now trying to walk up on towards the Mantis. Will be able to take it out with the help of Diva McFries. And we'll see. BRB Beacon, though, come into fruition. This is the power of the rocket being at the disposal of KGSC. Fruital missing a few ones here. Jetto a little bit slippery, taken out by its Will. The Mega Hurricane still online. Psionic Seduction coming out here from Adol High, trying to stabilize this fight for BSDE. They'll find Jetto around the corner, but it's will take Diva McFries out. All of the fights still going to KGSC. Adol High just trying to make something work of a bad situation.
Yeah, trying to make something work of a bad situation, trying to see if they can manage anything more. Great to see they found a strategist out of this one. Full charge on Adol High as well. And there's more and more damage culminating towards KGSC here. The Infinity Stones are cracking, and they're certainly looking grim on the approach. But what they do have is an invisible boundary, is the Eternal Bond. They have strategist power to try and heave their way onto the mission vehicle. And here we go. Omega Hurricane activated as well, though. The invisible boundary's down as soon as it comes up. Eternal Bond going to be online for Birdie. Not for too long, though. And Assault Resurgence into the CA, into the Supernova. It's all coming down for KGSC right now. The response is fierce, it's swift, and it's legendary. The way they heave their way through these KOs is going to be seen for decades. And it is a confident way to take that second map.
Yeah, huge second map pick up there. KGSC allowed the torch, allowed the storm. You can feel the presence of those two. as will of course crown MVP. Jetto, well deserved, I have to say. Shutting out Frutal in so many of those engagements, right, is a very big thing to note. But as well, the rest of the team absolutely pinpoint precise. And yeah, KGSC up 2-0 here in the series, Matt. Not what we were expecting.
No, big change up, big surprise here. Love surprises. Speaking of surprise, we're going to have another surprise on the way into map 3 here. We'll be back with it in a sec. Welcome back, everybody, to the AEL High School Marble Rivals here for Term 3. It's time for our third game in this best-of-5 thriller, the Division 1 Grand Final between BSDE, Infinity Stones, and KGSC Marble Rivals Team 1 and Tony. They're already on series point.
Yeah, already on series point. It feels like a juxtaposition to our last one, right? It was very dominant. First two maps from, of course, our winners of the series overall. Yeah, BSDA, they're going to have to dig deep. What do we see? Priority bans once again to Black Panther and Ultron here for KGSC. Torch of high priority once again here for BSDE. They'll take away the Jeff this time from BSDE. So yeah, maybe a little bit of a change up. Groot as well being taken away. So some change ups at least for BSD in terms of the bans.
Yeah, just a little bit of a change up, you know, a little bit of a different approach to this one. So very excited to see what else they are going to be able to do. Coming in to the fray here as take it nice and slow. The bans are looking pretty much mostly the same, to be honest. It's great to see priority over the torch again, but I mean, even if they had the torch, they weren't able to face off against Jetto's torch. So I don't know what to think about this one, Tone, but there you go. Star-Lord banned again. They don't want to deal with that, and it's rough, man. Really rough to see.
Yeah, they're only allowed so many bans here, right? And I was going to say KGSC, one of those teams that's showed they can play a lot. We'll see Wolverine lock in here for Jetto. Imagine we'll see Will on the Storm because that's online. Torch is available once again for KGSC if they want to bring it to the table, so they're thinking about it. See Jetto immediately swap over. Will's like, all right, I can play the Namor to deal with Fruital's Torch that's been locked in here, but as well, Squeakers back to the Strange. It felt weird, and I was going to say, someone say strange here, that BSD didn't have that one too high in the priority. Squeakers was super influential in their semi-final game last week. And I was going to say, imagine we'll want to see the Strange come through at all height. Emma's taken away, so Magneta's the second best.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be great even. TwoTapTony. Going to be fantastic to see what they can do here, and very excited what is going to come out of this one, as we are going to be getting into the battle. We are going to be getting into the fray here, right now. Hall of Dajalia. It's time to see which team is going to be able to find their presence, find their fate, as they jump straight into the mix now. And the Infinity Stones trying to hold them off, doing the best that they can at the moment. There it is, good fire dive there. Going to be able to get the diving strike through and look for even more, but no KOs have come above board just yet.
Yeah, no KOs for either side. A little bit of fire there out of Fruital. Did opt to break the bridge, so it does give a better sightline here for BSDE. Also gives a better sightline for KGSC. They'll walk up with the Wolverine, just trying to get something, maybe a kidnap potential here onto a high prior target. We'll already see the Seer come out from KGSC as well. The Kraken impact. Jetto walking it up with his Wolverine, being an absolute menace that nobody's been able to deal with. Jetto just face taking all of the damage in the fray here. We'll see invisible boundary popped here by the side of BSDE. They're able to trade the KOs back here. And it is going to be a great Kraken hook there from the sideline. Yes, it's Will. Will pick up Diva McFries.
Yeah, great bionic hook coming out from them there. And they are going to be looking for more where that came from. The Spider Sweep are definitely doing a great job to sweep them off of the mission area. But Eternal Bond will keep them on the mission area for now. We'll see how long that's going to last, as they might get pushed away fairly hastily, if you ask me. But you don't know till you know, Tone. What I do know is Fate of Both Worlds is online, so that's going to keep them online for a much longer duration here. Oh, I have Okamoto up the back as well, stopping this attack in his tracks, but the Soul Resurgence is doing a great job to keep them online again. Got a Thunder into the Seer. Oh no, this is devastating. Look at how they collect those ultimates. They faced all of the Infinity Stones ults head on, and then they brought all of their own out. Just such a powerful determination and patience, honestly, because then Infinity Stones were left with nothing to deal with just such high impact plays.
Yeah, some beautiful play here from the side of KGSC. It all started with the hook here from Will, looking for a start off to this fight with another one. Will not be able to do anything about it though. Of course, BSD playing a little bit further back and a little bit safer as well. Jetto living for so long, able to get such an impact with his Wolverine that BSD now a little bit scattered to the approach. We'll see the torch taken immediately. It's Dragon Fury though, actually collecting that one with the help of Will. And again, KGSC are looking strong there, looking dominant. Jetto able to find Squeakers. They will be able to find Zeecher as well. What has happened here? BSDE, they're crumbling once again.
Crumbling once again there. Not going to be able to achieve anything else. But, oh, they might find something soon. Big shots coming out from Bucky here. Yes, it's Will. Sticking back. Kraken impact online. Already, Bionic Hook. Not going to be able to take him out of the skies though. So, definitely good at establishing pressure here. But there's going to be more where that came from. Last stand going to be online now. Taking out a couple of KOs across them and more to follow. Thor chiming in. Looking to see if they can get anyone else. And they will be able to eventually push it straight over to the second checkpoint. So, just big frontal pressure is continually brought out here. And, ooh, Tony. Yeah. The Blade is online.
played for Squeakers. That leaves their singular Vanguard at all high with a lot of pressure to do. But yeah, I don't mind this. I was going to say the healing capabilities that are coming out from these strategists on the side of KGSC, especially the Rocket with those bouncing orbs, just keeping everybody topped up. The Soul Resurgence has been so good to see. Kraken Impactor immediately to the table. Frutal trying to do something back with this Supernova, but they're all running away. They're all scattered here for KGSC. Squeakers with 1,000 Blade Slash will be able to find at least one. Dragon Fury falls, and Birdie will pick up bad luck. Frutal will find another. BSD find the fight they need.
Yeah, great usage of the nullified healing from the 1,000-fold slash there. Really important ultimate, I'd say, and great to see they've adapted like this. You know, I guess using the blade is very niche, but when it works, it works. Just like the KOs coming through for Frutal, you know, making things work wonderfully. Well, not for too long. They are going to be KO'd themselves. Yes, it's Will looking to spill things through, and interesting to see how Ageno approaches the rest of this one. Oh, big focus up the back there. Strategists are out of here, and more! All strategists offline! They just wiped basically the whole team within the blink of an eye!
Yeah, that wasn't even, I was going to say, I thought it was the Pulse Cannon for a second, but it was just Geno dishing out a ton of damage there with the Pulse Cannon. Of course, not the ultimate needed, and KGSC will continue to push forward here. It's Will, and bad luck trying to maybe catch off a vulnerable target if they go for the swing. It's another pickup for Geno. They stagger these KOs out. Kraken not online here just yet here for Will, but they will still try to fight this fight. It's another from Geno, making a third on the siege. These strategists aren't safe. Magneto Meteor M out of At All High doesn't quite hit its mark, and KGSC are finding their stride now. They will look to pick up everybody. Squeakers will fall through to the remaining member from the Pulse Cannon comes out, and will find Demon McFry's. KGSC will be able to cap all three.
That's it. We'll be able to cap all three. Running it back. And gonna be solid foundation. Solid stuff. Very eager to see what the rest of this is going to look like. We'll see what they can manage right now. Mr. Tony. The Infinity Stones are in a bit of trouble. You know, they're in a bit of hot water, so to speak, and I think it's time for a change. You know, I think Infinity Stones really need to consider their options here, and they are making that change. They, you know, they've started to find a little bit of presence when we brought the blade out there. We did see a preview of a Hella maybe, but now Frutal is looking to go onto Magneto. Okay. That's we don't see that every day, Tone.
So I guess all hands on deck, right? The way that BSD have crumbled in this affair. KGSC. It's a lot of different things. We're gonna be seeing Will on the Widow is a crazy thing to see, but of course BSD announced the attack. KGSC defense. I'm going to cap all three to keep their hopes alive here in the series. Well, dishing out some initial burst with that sniper rifle. Squeakers as well. Interesting to see BSD not really playing too much into the hit scan. I was going to say, just the fact that Geno's able to free farm here, some damage onto the back, and this laser coming out, looking for a third, and we'll find Birdie as well.
Yeah, great stuff coming out from them there. Really going to be able to push through with confidence. Really able to deliver whatever they can. And going to be interesting to see how things play out there as we are going to be, yeah, just taking a look at us for a second.
Yeah, a little bit of a tech issue maybe. Yeah. It's interesting. It happens, of course. Hopefully, we'll fix it up in just a second. But I was gonna say, a props to the Jeno, once again, just showing flexibility. We saw Wolverine to start it off. We've seen the Iron Man. We've seen the Torch. Just the ability to play every duelist, right, is kind of helping KGSC put their best foot forward. I was going to say the strategists as well. Keeping Jeno online, because it's a hard thing to deal with, right? I've definitely had this... I'm speaking for a strategist myself. Keeping your flyers alive is such a hard thing to do. Especially on the Lunas, and especially on the healers that aren't quite able to lock on down onto that flyer like your Cloak and Dagger. So props as well to the strategists. They've been playing super well. Tanks as well, taking a ton of space. The Vanguard, sorry, have been taking a ton of space. And of course, hopefully we'll get back into this game very soon, Matt.
Yes, it looks like we are going to be getting back in right now, Tony. So thank you so much for your patience there, everybody. Back online. And back into the depths. Help is here. So they'd hope, but we are going to be getting back on to this one. Eyes on the prize here. Spider Sweep coming through from the Loquax and looking to just take it easy, hold steady, and see if they can gather round and get more with the Soul Resurgence. Ooh, my goodness. We've got something we don't see every day, Tony. I didn't notice that one before. Black Widow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is
Black.
new.
It's new. I was going to say Black Widow from
Plasma
its will.
Explosion.
Yeah, Plasma Explosion was great. And as well, they got a Thunder coming out from just bad luck in KGSC. They'll hold strong. But yeah, the Widow was, I guess, a little bit of an unsung thing, right? You didn't really see all too crazy the impact, especially with the way that Jeno's been playing on these flyers. It's kind of hard to, I guess, do everything that Jeno's doing, but better. As damage will come out once again, trying to pick off Birdie on the walk-on, on the approach. We will have Squeakers with the Punisher ultimate online, so it could be good. There they will be able to find AEL High, though. Jeno, nobody's able to deal with him. They have the Punisher to try and stop him, but Jeno just playing this pillar, playing this corner of the building so well, dishing out more and more damage here, and nobody's just even looking at him.
Yeah, nobody's even looking at him. Nobody's even going to be able to do much more to it at all. But time ticking here, time stalling out. We'll see if they are going to be able to find the invincible pulse cannon. Yes, they will. Triple down onto it. Jeno delivers a killing blow there. And they're looking to get even more. Penta KO. Surely not a Hexa. And it is Hexa KO coming through for Jeno. That's one way to put the nail in the coffin. And they are going to be securing the series with such ferocity.
That is, I feel like a fitting end, right? Just how much praise we've given to Jeno so far throughout this whole series, and beautiful domination, MVP, well deserved. KGSC clean sweeping BSDE here in the grand finals for Division 1, Matt. Not what we were expecting, and especially the way I spoke to Formal last week after the semifinals, was like, all right, KGSC pretty dominant in their semi. BSDE pretty dominant in their semi-final, but both of them, I thought it would have been closer. BSDE just couldn't quite find their groove.
No, weren't able to find their groove, and that is going to be GG. Well played. A big congrats to KGSC for securing the grand final there, and very unlucky for BSDE Infinity Stones. I'm sure this won't be the last we'll see of them, though, as they've got more potential on their way through soon. But while we get things set up for what's in store next, Tony, we are going to be heading to a quick break. welcome back everybody to AEL High School Term 3 Marvel Rivals. Mattse and TwoTapTony coming to you live here with another match online. And you know what? That match is going to be right here, right now, Tony. It is going to be our national qualification match between 4th place of Division 1 and they're going to be, the next closest team to qualify and SCSC, the Division 2 winner. So, we'll see which of these two teams will be able to balance this one out and make their way through towards that qualification.
Yeah, it should be an exciting one. SLCC versus SCSC again. And we've seen a little bit of what SLCC are capable of. Of course, Bagels, Wacky Doodles. Bryce C, I was going to say, a very interesting player. We've seen the Vanguard be quite a fearsome threat. But SCSC, again, we've seen them already on stream. They've looked very strong, looked very confident. And, of course, we'll see Prio already over towards the, I guess, the dive-heavy duelists here for both sides. Bagels likes to play the Iron Fist. We've seen what Silky Closure can do on that magic. So both of those locks, I was going to say, kind of expected. The only thing I wasn't really expecting was high Prio there towards the Strange ban early on from SLCC.
I guess it makes sense with the Eye of Akamoto, and one important thing that we need to note here as well, Tony, is that both teams have opted to play a best of 3 into this matchup as well, as opposed to the best of 5s we saw earlier. This will be a best of 3 endeavor. So yeah, really keen to see how it's all going to go. Already seeing some interesting bans come through. BP's banned, like that one definitely makes sense. Magic Prioed, but Spider-Man, not one you traditionally see much of these days. You know, that one, very interesting to me, but Emma Focus makes a little bit of sense, albeit did get a bit of a nerf, but it's still a pretty powerful pick, I'd say. Still, going to be holding it back for a second longer here, and the Thing is going to be prioritized. Facing off against a Emma Frost, you know, with the Thing, definitely makes a lot of sense, because the Thing is really great at just breaching those shields, you know, just breaking them down nice and quickly there, and really just pumping up the ferocity. But speaking of ferocity, we're not going to be seeing any squid ferocity coming through from Namor, and we're not going to see the full moon with Wolverine either. So it's going to be all heroes picked, banned, and now the compositions start to align.
Yeah, compositions start to be picked here for both sides. Alex is a little bit sad. Spider-Man got taken away there by SCSC again. We'll see as well. Luna for both sides, much Misu and as well too much Riz. I was gonna say interesting that we'll finally actually get to see Pretzel Lord's character pool be on display here, because yeah, finally somebody took away the Strange. Pretzel Lord was able to play Strange the entire time the last series SCSC played, so we'll get to see Pretzel Lord on the Emma for this time around. And SLCC gonna be rocking with I was gonna say a very interesting composition. Going to be going for the Fantastic here. Bagel's thinking about the Widow of all things.
Yeah, gonna be really solid stuff coming out there, Mr. TwoTapTony, and eager to see the changes into this one. And it's time to get into the fray once again. Fantastic Four team up coming at ya. We'll see if this one is going to fare brightly for them or whether it could be something else entirely, as we are going to be getting things underway here, Tony. We're going to take it slow for the moment, but I think things are going to get a bit faster in the town hall very, very soon.
Everybody coming out, swinging at the town hall. Mission area will unlock in just a little bit, as we'll see the fight a little bit scattered for the moment. They're trying to find Silky Closure here on this magic, and it will be picked up there by Alex. SLCC with the opening KO, but the BRB beacon will bring Silky Closure back, so it's going to be a little bit of an even fight for the moment. SLCC will find another KO. We'll see the Thing swing. Bagels takes out one, and Silky Closure will fall a second time. Fish on dish, caught in a little bit of a rough spot. Mudcake as well looks to try and stagger out the point a little bit longer, but SLCC will pick up all the KOs. They'll start climbing that percentage.
That they will be able to spill ahead. Oh, look at that. Nice KO on to Soliant there, and looking to see if they can get anything else through from this as well. Rivals to the end of time. Going to be holding it back here. So great to see that they got some momentum here for St. Luke's. Surf Coast looking to just hold it back for the moment. Not going to be able to fight back into this one just yet. Still facing a lot of damage, facing a lot of potential here. And there's going to be more where that came from, TwoTapTony. But for the moment, rivals to the end of time are just going to be primed up.
Primed up in a pretty good position here. SCSC. A little bit rough at the moment. Of course, as we'll see more staggered KOs come out here. SLCC. It will be Bagels now bouncing around with his Iron Fist. Just not quite able to be touched there at all by the side of SCSC. No damage coming out. Psionic Seduction into the clobbering time for Bryce T. Quite a expenditure of ultimates, but it will pay off. Mudcake's trying to sneak onto the point because that percentage is built up, but they just need to try and stall it back. SCSC, though, they might lose Mudcake in the process. Fish and Dish. And the dash is on, and the KO will come through. SLCC are going to capture this first point.
Yeah, very hasty approach into that one there, honestly, Tony. Very impressed with how they managed to hold on to the cradle. Like, it was just 0 to 100 real quick on that one, and curious to see if there's going to be any kind of a change-up coming into the Grove here, you know. I think it's definitely been a difficult endeavor thus far, but it is certainly getting started, Tony. There's more where that came from. There's more to do, more to see, and we are going to be getting into it soon. Also, love to see the new Lunar Snow skin or costume locked in from the new Battle Pass, by the way. The Ice and Fire one, I think it's called. So it's great to see some of the new unique views coming out. Oh, just like the map we saw for a second there. You know, love to see the map. The map's the best. But we are going to be seeing... Oh, there it is. Peekaboo. I see you. Hello. But yeah, great to see the little nooks and crannies on the map for Tony, but it's time to get into action. The mission area going to unlock in the next 25 seconds, and the ults are favoring the rivals to the end of time for now. Not for longer. Here we go.
For now, we'll of course see a few ultimates for SLCC. They'll look to take on to the point. No, Wacky Dude is actually going to be the one to walk it up. I was going to say, normally you see your Vanguards take that point, but we'll see Fate of Both Worlds immediately. Psionic Seduction here out of Pretzel Lord. And BRB Beacon to bring Cloud Cake back towards the realm of the fight. It will be Silky Closure. We'll see Blade, and we'll see Too Much Riz actually going to be swapped onto that one. Silky Closure once again. You can't allow this guy on the magic, because that's what will happen. Bloodchild coming out here, dashing across the back line here of SLCC, dishing out so much damage. That will be the capture here for SCSC.
It certainly will. TwoTapTony going to be a big capture coming online there. So great stuff coming through from Surf Coast, and we'll see what St. Luke's can do in response here. Big KO coming out from Silky Closure. Looking to see if they can find more impact from the magic here. Oh, there we go. Goodbye to Bagels. That's what you love to see, Tony. But let's see if there's going to be more where that came from. More power, more potential. Psionic Seduction is nowhere near. It's the Reality Erasure that's online there, and they will be able to take advantage of that one. So solid stuff coming out from all of our players here. And there's more where that came from, because both teams are trading ults right now. Again, do have Sia online, but the rivals, they have the invisible boundary. They have the living chi. They're ready to run straight out the town hall, Tony, and they're ready to go.
And they're ready to go. SLCC will group up. Look to go for this capture back in terms. We'll see Iron Fist popping in that ultimate there. Mudcake Just kind of getting a lay of the land of what's going on here. Bagels just kind of trying to stagger out these KOs, looking for a little bit of a fight here going on. We'll see Fish on Dish. We'll see Silky Closure. We'll see them find those picks back in SCSC. We'll be able to hold the point down.
Yeah, going to be able to hold it down, lock it in, and see if they can take this one for a spin as the percentage keeps building up. Slowly, steadily. No strange portal either, so second point is looking to just be done. Maybe not, though. They are contesting. And let's see what else they are going to be able to do into this one. Big hits are coming over the top in this one. A slow, steady, ready to go. But still going to be more where that came from, Tone. Big shots over the top there. Shields coming up, damage coming in, and it's working out fantastically for the again side. Brainiac bounce from Alex, but it just ain't enough.
Yeah, just not enough. The Grove will be picked up there by SCSC. And for SLCC, a rough one to lose out there. I was going to say the Brainiac bounce that came through from them. But that let Alex get off the point for a second because he was the only one stalling out for the side of SLCC. SCSC. I kind of like the change up here. I was going to say the blade is pretty good for stopping out those strategists from the side of SLCC. But as well, the dive potential gets a little bit more scary, right? You've got Fish on Dish just playing that frontline damaging support, and then you've got Silky Closure and the blade up in the back dealing with everybody here, and we'll see how it comes to fruition as we'll go into this next one. Final points of domination. And nothing all too much has changed here. Both teams kind of rocking with what they won with.
That's it. Gonna be rocking in and doing the best that they can here, Tony. And eager to see who is going to be able to find their Sparker first, because Mudcake are pretty close to the Eternal Bond there, and we'll see if they are going to be able to do more with that one, or maybe they might be looking to hold back, because clobbering time is also going to be online here. And let's get down to business. Big hits over the top, and there it is, Eternal Bond online there. That's just so good.
Yeah, the slash and dash there from Silky and Too Much Riz. And we'll see a clean up there from the side of Silky Closure. SCSC will cap the point. Now the percentage starts to build. And for SLCC, they're going to calm themselves a little bit. Bagels will opt to meditate. Fate of both worlds there from Mattse123. I feel like that one's probably a little bit too early.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit too early there. You know, I think that there's still a bit more that needs to be done at this point in time. But we'll see how they zone it out, as there is going to be more KOs flowing into fruition here. Triple KO online for Silky Closure there. Make that 4. Online is also the Darkchild if they need it, but they are going to be just sticking back, holding on to the mission area. Don't want to overextend themselves. Want to keep those priority abilities online. Keep your ultimate at your disposal. But I like this aggressive scouting coming out as well.
Yeah, some cheeky little peeking there from Silk. Closure. It's SLCC. They'll try to walk up onto the point. Already about 70% capped here by SCSC. Darkchild will come out. Bagels as well onto the point with the Iron Man ultimate, Iron Fist ultimate, Orality Erasure. And we'll see Darkchild once again. It is going to be Silky Closure all over the back line and the front line. Looking for this final KO there onto Ruku. And we'll be able to find it. Fish and Dish picks that one up. SCSC again, clean another fight up.
That's it. Really impressive to see how they responded to the Living Chi from Bagels there with the Darkchild, and then everything just came together. Speaking of coming together, though, it's time for the Eternal Bond into the Seer. Great that we get to see all of that action there, Tony, as it is going to be locked in, amplified damage. But there's more where that came from.
where that came from. Bracket Impact online here. Overtime ticks, and still the points being held by SCSC. Again, they will be able to find too much Riz. But well, there's only so much you can do when everybody else is falling for your side. The KOs come through for SLCC. And they'll capture the percentage back here, Matt.
That they will, Tony. It's definitely playing out to be a very close first map in this best of 3 series here. And very eager to see which team will be able to pull ahead. Which team will be able to gain that control and stroll through. Oh, here we go. Going to see the psionic seduction from Pretzel Lord disconnected. And now the invisible boundary will come up on the other side with the Kraken impact from Celeroku there. Trying their best to see if they can catch anyone off guard. I'm going to see a reset. There we go. Time to bring out the Kraken impact. Big damage. 1000-fold slash. Got to be online as well with the Eternal Bond there. And another one. The ticks just keep chiming through for the rivals to the end of time here. Reality Erasure booming out. Oh, they stunned them in the sky. And they are not going to be able to supply that ultimate. It will be denied in its fullest form. And this allows rivals to the end of time to maintain composure and continually build up that percentage, Tony.
Continuing to build it up. And a duel going on here between Alex and Pretzel Lord. So we're about 70%. Bagel's already finding that first one. Darktride's online here for Silky Closure. We'll be over towards the backside of things and looking to walk up here, but everybody's staying healthy and staying on top of one another for SLCC. Darkchild here for Silky Closure. We'll be dodging out the psionic seduction here from the likes of Alex. Darkchild's still online here. Silky Closure will be able to find one. Teleports to safety on top of Bagels here. Will look to try and fight this duel one-on-one. Silky Closure gets back through the portal and will be able to take out Bagels.
Big presence, big KOs coming out, Tony, and very excited to see what else is going to be swinging through here as the damage just keeps building up. Invisible boundary going to be coming up. Reality Erasure. Oh! Oh, they've hooked them. And it's going to be stopped again. Amazing. Living Chi online as well. Straight out of a town there. They are going to be looking to drown through. Damage for days and days. Amplifier coming out with the Seer. And it's all looking great at the moment. Again. Might just be able to do it again. But it's all against the clock, Tone.
Yeah, all against the clock. SLCC trying to get the Invisible Woman onto the point to try and stall. To try and give them more time in overtime. But it is all over. And all she wrote in that one, SC will be able to capture that first point. For the likes of SLCC, they started out so well. They were able to answer the threat of Silky Closure's magic, but it was allowed to run wild there at the end of things, Matt. And props to SCSC, another MVP deserved by Silky Closure.
Absolutely. Love to see that from the Magic player there. Definitely bringing up the vibes, bringing up the impact there. So solid stuff coming out from SCSC again into that one. Really impressed with how they played that one through. You know, I think they definitely had a really good impact. Really good way to, you know, exposed to the elements, so to speak. So very happy with how things have gone into that endeavor, Mr. 2TapTony. But Tony. Yep. There's another map to look at. And what's that map going to be? It's going to be Yggdrasil Path. So, let's go.
Yes, let's go. Straight over to Yggdrasil Path. We'll waste no time getting into it. Picks and bans once again. And I imagine there is going to be priority towards the Magic ban this time. But we'll see. Strange. First ban here for SLCC. Not letting Pretzel Lord play that one. I was going to say, Pretzel Lord felt a little bit maybe uncomfortable in some of those engagements. Just I was gonna say maybe not as many hours on the Emma as you've seen the Strange out of them, but as well we'll see Prio lock in, so we'll get to see Magic once again. No ban for the side of SLCC.
Not at this time, Tone. So curious to see how that's all going to play out in all honesty there. So we are going to be locked in with a blade ban. There you go. No blade, no worries. No Spider-Man. All the worries. But no, we're going to have a bit of fun with this one. Going to see the next Protect on its way through. And considering that this is a best of 3, everybody, again, are going to be on track for the series point here. So, really tough to see how close this has been. You know, it's been really hot competition into this one, Tony. And I'm hopeful that we see a competitive matchup once again. You know, rivals to the end of time. We're looking pretty solid into that first map there. So I want to see this go all 3.
Yeah, I want to see SLCC dig deep for this one. As I will see final picks and locks here. Going to be Penny. Going to be locked in here for the side of SLCC, of course. Not a bad one on a map like Yggdrasil Path. And SCSC again, they'll be locking in the Emma. So I was going to say, Strange being taken away, but Emma locks. Pretzel Lord will get to play something they're comfortable on. Iron Fist as well being taken out as our final ban here. So I was going to say, all props to Bagels will be able to draw a ban there.
Yeah, great to see that they are able to draw, I guess, priority bans coming through into that one. And very, very good. Very, very great to see what they are going to be able to do into this next one. And let's see what else they can do, Tony. They've got Penny online. They've got the Bionic Hook online with none other than the Bucky. And they've got so much more. But you know what? Again, have the ultimate farming master, Moon Knight. The hand of Khonshu is going to be coming online, Tony, and I fear for what is going to be in store on the other side of that, because that's a difficult one to deal with.
Yeah, I was going to say hard one to lock down here for the likes of SLC. See if they don't have the right composition to deal with it. We'll see Silky Closure dash up onto the height here. Got a good view. I'm going to say the trees here. Just got to check out the surrounding areas. The rest of SLCC, they'll come out the gates and they'll start to try and take on towards the cart here. But interestingly enough, as you said, farming machine here for SCSC. It's going to be Moon Knight just playing out that range, tossing out some arcs as well. Does have to team up with the Cloak and Dagger, so can play very safely.
Yeah, definitely can play very safely here. And you're going to see what else we are going to be able to find through this one, Tone, as we're going to stick it back for the moment. A big presence, honestly, over the initial phase of the mission vehicle. And curious to see what else is going to be online in this one.
Yeah, it's interesting as well. I was going to say SCSC kind of playing the Fantastic as a pseudo Vanguard, just absorbing a lot of the front end hits. And we'll see the thing backing off. Bryce sees like, yeah, I'm taking too much damage from that Moon Knight Unk. I'm taking too much damage from the rest of SCSC. As we'll see Silky Closure once again up in the fray. Just letting SLCC know the presence is there.
Yeah, letting them know the presence is there, letting them know that there's more than meets the eye here, and definitely curious on what else they are going to be able to heave through into this one zone, as they got to zone things out. They got to give it their absolute best. Ooh, here we go. Amplify online with Sia there.
Oh.
So Battle Recon Beacon will bring them back. It's the attack of the Cap. Definitely curious on what else they can bring, but at long last, they are going to be able to blast through with a little bit of presence onto the mission vehicle here. And I spoke on the Moon Knight before, you know, and they're already just pumping up damage from afar.
Yeah, pumping up numbers there. Eternal Bond coming out of Mudcake for you. So we'll see once again the Cap coming through here for Bryce C. Just being a menace in this back line. SCSC, though, they are just able to fly around for the moment. Moon Knight avoiding this Captain America right now. Fantastic will try to come in to stop that KO from coming through, but too much Riz will fall. BRB Beacon brings it back in here. We see Psionic Seduction going out here from SCSC again. They'll try to lock up these KOs for their targets here. As in the back line, I was going to say it's Luruku on towards the fray of things here. We'll see Bagels copying the Rocket Raccoon ultimates. And Seer going to be coming out here from SLCC, and they'll be able to continue to push with this one.
That they will. They are going to be able to spill their way ahead into this one, Tony, and look to see if they can zone a little more out as well as they are going to be holding on. Konchu is out there. Konchu online. Here comes the Freedom Charge, though, from Brycey there. Going to see what they can get from that. Go for the Divine Strike, the Fearless Leap, perhaps. Ooh, there we go. Going to be able to get the KO through into the back line there. So, prime potential has been tapped into there. But what do we have, Tony? We have another 3 minutes, potentially, or maybe more, if they can reach that second checkpoint. But still great to see confidence shining in from the rivals to the end of time.
Yeah, they're able to find the skirmishes that work for them for the moment. And we'll see. A fantastic ultimate pop there towards the back line. Looking for something. Wacky Doodles won't be able to collect any KOs. It will be Slaruku able to find that one. And SCSC again. No, it's a ton of presents being dished out there. Fish on a dish. Too much Riz. And Silky Closure. He's all the way in the back line still. I was going to say, Head of Khonshu coming out. And as well, the Eternal Bond popping every single ultimate here from SCSC again. As they look to get on towards this cart and stop this push from happening.
That's it. Got to stop the mission vehicle in its tracks and got to track through with a ton of damage, Mr. Tony. So they look to slow things down. Spider Sweep going to be coming through from Alex there. Trying their best to power up. Give some more. Choke Slam coming out. Alex in a bit of trouble, but they're still going to be running around it. Still giving it their absolute best. Well, not for long. It will be KO'd, and we're going to see Darkchild online for Silky Closure there. See ya online for Mattse as well. Looking to hold her back and see if they can get something more into this. Cap in deep trouble. Rocket one in the same, but they will be able to lock it back. Soloroku goes down, and SCSC again will continue to hold firmly onto the mission vehicle.
Moon Knight ultimate as well, just zoning out SLCC, and it was interesting, right? We saw the Darkchild from Silky Closure there just dishing out so much damage. Normally you'd see a KO out of Silky Closure in that process, but didn't quite happen here. KO out of the Moon Knight, too much Riz, dishing out damage here with those arcs that are coming through here. And SLCC probably weren't expecting this much of a bounce back from SCSC.
Yeah, I don't think so either, Tony. Psionic Seduction now going to be coming online as well. Looking to see what they can get from it. Ooh, they can get a lot from it, actually. That is major. Going to see the Sia online in consequence, but they aren't really able to utilize it as well as, I guess, what you'd hope. So really put in a strugglesome spot here, Tony, and curious what else they are going to be able to do.
Fantastic. Gonna be eating a lot of damage there, but taken out as the scattered approach here. Mudcake for you with the Eternal Bond a little bit further up, but gets pulled into the rest of SLCC. Somehow able to walk it out for the moment with the help of the Eternal Bond staying healthy. And we'll see them back up a little bit. Wacky Doodle as well will be going for the Brainiac bounce, trying to get these damage through here onto the side of SCSC. And now it's just Silky Closure doing what they can do best, but they will fall as well. KO comes out. The SLCC will stabilize for the final push here because they don't have much time left on the clock.
No, they do not, but what they do have is they have to deal with a Brainiac bounce from Fish on a dish here, and a Khonshu as well. Oh my goodness. They're doing everything to force them off the mission vehicle. This ticks down the OT timer just a little bit by bit. They're just getting forced off, Tony. The zoning is just massive here, but Fate of Both Worlds coming online might allow them a bit more prime real estate over the mission vehicle. Speaking of, they actually catch one over the side there, looking for more as well. This is great to see from the rivals to the end of time. They have to prime up, have to give it their absolute best into this one, and they may yet catch a little bit more here, Tony. Oh, they're holding steady, holding true, and they're looking to push it one step further.
They almost walked off the car there, Matt. They were trying to chase down that last KO onto Silky Closure. They almost walked away. And we'll see SCSC again walk up onto this cart, onto the mission vehicle. Fish on a dish, just the only one there really trying to get this frontline presence out. As we'll see SCSC still trying to fight for this fight. Silky Closure, Pretzel Lord there on towards the cart. SLCC are walking back, but they need to stay on it as they'll stagger out the approach. The Psionic Seduction will pull them potentially off of it. We'll see the Penny walk up. We'll see here to Conshoot. Overtime is still ticking. Silky Closure still chasing down these vulnerable Vanguards right now. The shield comes up perfectly off of the cart, back on. Bryce C able to live for just that little bit longer, but taken out by Silky Closure. And that will be SCSC only allowing SLCC that first point.
Ooh, that they will, the TwoTapTony, and what a fierce defense. You know, that means they don't have much distance to cover heading into this next one at all. That means they are going to be on track and on deck, looking to give it their absolute best and really looking to see what they can do here. Definitely going to be fantastic times ahead, TwoTapTony. And there's more where that came from. You know, we're going to pump up the damage, pump up the volume, and get into this next fight ahead of us.
Yeah, this is a very important 100 meters here for SLCC to hold. 4 minutes. SCSC to claim victory here in this best of 3. They're all grouped up. They're having a very important team discussion right now, Matt.
What do you think they're talking about? What do you think is the consensus here?
Gameplay. Gameplay to what's ahead of them. They need to focus out those targets, and they need to be quick about it, right? I was going to say 4 minutes is not a whole lot of time. We saw SLCC were able to cap and get a little bit more, but you know that time does tick down pretty quickly.
It certainly does, Tony, and that's going to be more where that came from. So we are going to be jumping in with the first KO already. Bagels goes down, traded out on the too much there, and looking to see if there's going to be a little bit more. It will. Silky Closure, see you later. And there could be more where that came from. Wacky Doodle, see you later as well. Big KOs coming out on both sides, but rivals to the end of time are now finding their groove into the initial stages here.
The hold is good on the mission vehicle for the moment, SCSC. They're going to have to be a little bit more careful. I was going to say a lot of damage out of there of Ruku. As well, Bryce C on the Venom. Being a little bit of a threat now. I was going to say we didn't get to see the capabilities of Bryce C on this Vanguard. Damage dished out. Staggered KOs here. So Laruku able to find at least 2. SC now needs to think a little bit harder. I was going to say, as we said, the minutes do tick down quite quickly. They're already down at 2.5 here. SCSC, they might need to change up their approach here. They'll take high ground here with the Moon Knight. Try to get out the strategists, and Mudcake will be able to find Solaruku.
Yes, they will. We'll be able to find them through and see if they can catch anything else through as well, Mr. TwoTapTony. But, ooh, here we go, fish on a dish. In name and nature, as they're playing no more right now. The attack of the squids. Eternal Bond are coming out as well, playing into the bubble. Looking to just take it nice and easy, nice and slow, Mr. Tony. Here's the fate of both worlds, though, coming down in consequence. We do see a good pickup onto the Bucky there. Maybe could be more where that came from. Spider Sweep, there it is. Nice little string of ultimates coming through. See ya online, so they're slowly trickling them in here for the rivals to the end of time. Next could be Feast of the Abyss coming out. Maybe into the Impact. Hornet Proteus, though, comes through from again, but nobody's going down just yet.
Nobody take it out. Darkchild and Khonshu there from too much res. Silky Closure, as I said, the Darkchild in the back line. There's everybody here falling from SLCC, and SLCC will be sent back to their spawn. Silky Closure will be able to pick up the stagger. And I believe we'll see SLCC let them take this first cap here, unless they can get back on.
We'll see what they are going to be able to do, Mr. Tony, what they are going to be able to achieve. as they stick things out. Psionic Seduction, huge down the hallway. They barge it out and they lock it in. And so they will be able to get it over the line eventually. Wow. Very impressive stuff. And Bryce goes down as well. So, again, are going to be able to do it all over again. And they've got an extra 3 minutes now to push this to the final stage. Push this to the final line here, Tony. And this is what stands between them and pumping up to qualification.
This is a very important final hurdle. 3 minutes to play for SLCC. Just need to bunker down Silky Closure. You see in the back line there. And it is going to be Lord Proteus coming out as well from the likes of Fish on a Dish, who did swap up to the Namor. And the Squids are dishing so much damage out. You can see the mission vehicle pushing further and further. Silky Closure will push on through for another KO quickly onto the Luna. Will be stunned up there by the Penny. So SLCC were able to stabilize, but the Moon Knight as well, dishing out so much more damage than SLCC can deal with. And they will fall to SCSC. A huge push there at the final mark, and SCSC claiming the best of 3, Matt.
That's it, claiming the best of 3, and that is going to be GG. Well played. And that will be qualification locked and loaded there. Big congratulations to again, as they get it done, and they are going to be our victors into this one, Tone. So, very incredible to see what they're able to achieve there. Very incredible to see the power that they brought with their roster. Really, really, really good. But you know what else is good, Tony? You know what else is good? It's going to be our favorites, our sponsors. So a big shout out to AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provide best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming. And Tony, all other needs. But Tony,
yeah,
you know, there's another sponsor or two or three. No, there's another one that we have to thank as well. It's going to be HyperX and Officeworks. So a big shout out to them there. We want to say, power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. Push performance to the limit with the latest in gaming tech. From high spec to precision gear, Officeworks has what you need. But Tony, who else is on the floor here?
We've got to thank Indomie as well. The noodle partner made with high quality flour and selected ingredients and spices. A plate of Indomie mee goreng will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au. Matt, we love our sponsors. Shout out to them once again.
That's it. Big shout out to our sponsors. You know them, you love them. And if you loved all the AEL action you saw here today from AEL High School, make sure you check out AU Esports League on all of our various social medias there. X, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, we are on it. Make sure you check it out. See some of the highlights from our Marvel Rivals action here. And definitely excited to see what is going to be to come, Tony, because this has been all for Term 3. But we have Nationals on the way into the near future and Term 4. So thank you so much for joining us, everybody, for Term 3. It has been epic. It has been so surreal. And we got more exciting action on the way with Nationals and Term 4. And we will see you right then.